couple of overs. Then you can maybe question them, then you can maybe push them back on the back foot. But at the moment, they're all in good form, which is good for England. Pakistan, somebody needs to inspire them. Somebody needs to tell them that what are they good at and where is the aggression. The aggression is required from Pakistan, especially with the new ball. If they bowl with the new ball and pick up a couple of early wickets, they can. Where is the aggression? The aggression is. But looking at the numbers, I don't think there is a better batting side in this World Cup than England.
Well, that's all a bit scary for Pakistan, but we talked a lot about England. What about Pakistan? Two of the most experienced players they have there, Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik. In the last 2 years, Butch, you might say that Pakistan would have expected more from these. There hasn't been 100 from them in the last 2 years, and they're such seasoned players.
Yeah, they've not played a full part, have they, in all of Pakistan's one-day international cricket leading up to this World Cup. It's always been a case of one will play, the other one will sit out. Their roles have changed. They've been up and down the order a little bit. It's an interesting one whereby I would still prefer, in terms of when you're selecting players for modern one-day international cricket, I go with young, fearless players with the bat and older, more experienced heads with the ball. Because the young guys are playing a fearless cricket, the sort of thing that Imran Khan is talking about, that the old guys can't match. And that's where England have been so successful. They've kind of cleared out anybody that played the game the old way, and it's all about the new style now. And so, I wonder whether or not those two guys' time was up before the World Cup. If Pakistan don't progress, it certainly will be once it's done.
Well, let's put that to Waqar then. Waqar, Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik, do they have a role to play, well, today? Do you see them entering the fray for Pakistan in the playing 11?
They definitely have a role to play, for sure. They're here with the team. And I feel Pakistan should play both of them and make full use of them. I don't think Pakistan at the moment, or the selection committee, or the people who decide what number who's going to bat, I think they're really doing the justice with the numbers. I think Hafiz got to bat in the top 4. And of course Shoaib Malik's got to play. And also Pakistan got to make sure that use their bowling. I don't Hafiz came out and bowled superbly. He bowled quite nicely. He bowled with control. And I feel Pakistan should go with 6 batters and then of course use these guys in the middle with the ball in hand, with Shoaib Malik, Haris Sohail maybe, Mohammad Hafiz. I think they all should be used as the 5th or the 6th bowler, because when you have one less batsman up at the top, they're all very hesitant. They don't really play their natural game. I think once you have an extra batsman in the side,
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live. We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है। बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few.
A sweat hit and a big hit.
Back on Uber Straight Drive, this is our Service Tyres bike contest. It's a chance for you to win a motorbike each match day. We're on here at 10 Sports. Questions for today: who is the youngest player to have represented his country in cricket history, and who has the lead role in the latest Service Tyres ad? Answer those questions by going to facebook.com/service tyres. Okay, and the winner will be announced in the post-match show. So good luck with that. Get the answers to those 2 questions. Go to facebook.com/service tyres. Yeah, good luck with that. Now, what about the pitch? You know, the last time we were there, the West Indies used it well. What about the pitch for today? Let's get you to Kumar Sangakkara for our pitch report, brought to you by Bank Alphala.
Pitch report presented by Bank Alphala. The way forward.
It's a beautiful day here at Trent Bridge. The sun is out, not many clouds in the sky. Pakistan versus England, and here we are standing at the Radcliffe end, and this pitch has been historically one where bowlers have struggled to defend. Now, one of the reasons is the dimensions of the ground. The longer boundaries are all towards the pavilion end, so lots of 2s on offers into those corners. Square, they're very short, just under 70 yards, and all the shorter boundaries are behind me. So if you are batting from the pavilion end, you would look to hit down Radcliffe Road for your maximums. So we have Wasim Akram on the other end, and he's going to tell you more about the pitch itself.
Thank you, Sangha. You are spot on that bowlers have struggled on this pitch. Mind you, this is the same pitch where England scored 480 and the same pitch where England chased 444 against Pakistan. Let's have a quick look. It's a very different pitch than the other day Pakistan played at Nottingham. It's a lot drier, it's a lot harder, and I think it's a batting paradise. It's a belter. It's one of those pitches, like Sangha mentioned, bowlers will struggle, a lot of variation is required, and I reckon it's a beautiful day. If you win the toss, you'll definitely bat.
Pitch Report presented by Bank Alfala, the way forward.
I'm smiling because I wouldn't want to be a bowler today on that pitch. 440, 480. Where do the numbers stop? England believe they can get 500. We'll take a break here, back in a moment, and we'll have the toss on the other side of this break.
A square hit and a big hit.
नो वर्ल्ड कप का फाइनल और हमारी शादी एक दिन नहीं हो सकती प्लीज
Okay. I'll call Papa.
क्या पार्टनरशिप है?
6 रन
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ।
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है। बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है। बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
एक मैच देखने के लिए इतनी दूर और वर्ल्ड कप 7 से गुस्सा जल्दी आ जाता है। बुढ़ा हो गया ना। बुढ़ा तू।
बॉयज, आपकी सेंचुरी पक्की है।
6
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ।
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be.
Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few.
A sweat hit and a big hit.
That's gone off India. Surprise takes the catch. It's all over. Pakistan win.
I never forgot that moment, you know, the way we entered the trophy. Everyone knows Pakistan are number 9 side, and after that, when the tournament is finished of 18 June, so we are a champion. So I think never forgot this moment. I remember my whole life. People was so happy back home, so I never forget that moment.
That 3 weeks was incredible. Coming from the low of losing so badly in the first game to India, the traditional rival. I mean, we were all getting sacked in the morning. It was, you know, that was the emotions that were attached to that traditional rival.
After losing the first game against India, we've been bashed.
We were all getting sacked in the morning.
We've been written off by many. And I believe, that really boosted our confidence, because we knew, as a team, after losing the first game against India, we've been bashed, and we've been written off by many. And I believe, that really boosted our confidence, because we knew, as a team,
will be remembered forever.
In these
just like Wasim Akram's ball for 92 World Cup, 2 balls to England, and whenever in Pakistan we talk about Champions Trophy, those 3 balls we all remember forever. Just like Wasim Akram's ball for 92 World Cup, 2 balls to England, and whenever in Pakistan if we talk about Champions Trophy, we all remember those 3 wickets of India. So it's always
Whenever
special.
I think about Champions Trophy, I'm feeling I was the player of the tournament. And
seeing the young players start believing themselves, seeing the young players realizing that they belong, seeing the young players fulfill their potential and go on, seeing the young players start beating India, seeing the young players realizing that they belong, was seeing the young players fulfill their potential.
I think
and
the
go
way we
on
played the Champions
to
Trophy
culminate in beating India in a Champions Trophy final
it's gone now. It's like
incredible.
2 years ago we won the Champions Trophy.
Incredible.
In 2 years, the way we played has changed. We just want to be up right there, and if you want to beat the best teams in the world, 2 years ago we won the Champions Trophy. In 2 years,
tournament has changed many of our lives, and Pakistan cricket was going down, but the Champions Trophy has wake up alive to all the lives, and the tournament has changed. They expect many of our lives.
We try to cling on to that feeling now a little bit,
the Champions Trophy has wake up alive to all the lives,
and I don't think we can.
Fans.
I think that was a different chapter. We try to cling on to that journey of this cricket team, and try to think we're a lot more mature now, and I don't think going to be a lot more consistent. I think that was a different chapter. That was a different chapter in the journey of this cricket team. I'd like to think we're a lot more mature now.
Yes, that was a wonderful day for Pakistan. That was 2 years ago at the Oval in London. But fast forward 2 years, we go north to Trent Bridge, and it's the World Cup. Yes, that was a wonderful day for Pakistan. I guess everyone tries to, in London. Fast forward 2 years, we go positive thoughts, Trent Bridge, and that's what Pakistan got to do today.
Yeah, and listen, there is nothing more dangerous. No side more dangerous.
I guess everyone tries to, whatever sport we're playing, you keep the positive thoughts, and that's what Pakistan got to do today.
Yeah, and listen, there is nothing more dangerous. But you only have to look at that VT there and see the talent that they have in their ranks. It just isn't. They are more than capable of doing something special. They're more than capable of turning over. But you only have to look at that VT there and see the talent that they have in their ranks. All bets are always off. They are more than capable of doing something special, especially in World Cup matches, turning over the number 1 side in the world, England today.
They certainly do. That was the most extraordinary day.
All bets are always off
in London. It was a bright, sunny day.
Especially in World Cup matches against England.
Was amazing. But it's World Cup now. It's England today. England, Pakistan. London toss. Let's go to the middle with Nasser Hussain. Century, of course, Mohammad Amir was amazing. But it's World Cup now. It's England today. England, Pakistan. The toss. Let's go to the middle with Nasser Hussain.
It's ahead. England have won the toss. What are you going to do? Jeff Crow's our match referee. What do you make of this pitch? It's the same pitch. You got 481 and 444. Tails is the call. Is it a belter? It's ahead. England have won the toss. What are you going to do?
The dimensions of ground here.
What do you make of this pitch? It's the same pitch. You got 481 and 444 on. Is it a belter?
Chasing down a score. It looks a very good wicket. Hopefully we play well on today. Today's a completely different day with different challenges that might take that into account. We might come up against either posting or chasing down a score. Counter them and doing something again.
What's your team news?
Well enough today. Today's a change. Completely different day with different challenges that might. The reason we might come up against. We've chosen to go with a bit extra pace today. We can counter them.
Is that on the back of what you saw the other day, the way Pakistan played the short stuff?
Yeah, a little bit as well. And we felt that the reason for that was we came in and played on with a bit extra pace today against Pakistan.
Is that on the back of what you saw the other day, the way Pakistan played the short stuff?
Yeah, a little bit as well.
Almost perfect performance against South Africa. Any areas at all you'd like to improve on?
We're always looking to improve. I think on any given day, accurately, and you try and strive for the
almost perfect performance against South Africa. Any areas at all you'd like to improve on?
Anywhere near the majority of the time to improve. I think on any given day and ambition is to try and strive for the perfect performance.
Go well today.
Thank you very much. The same. Obviously, you don't get
anywhere near the
majority of the time, but as long as that determination and ambition is to get there, I think you're in a good place.
Go well today.
Thank you very much.
You were blown away by the West Indies quicks the other day. That problem against the short ball, was that a one-off? What do you make of this surface? Or have you had those problems before?
I think it's a one-off problem, so I don't think about that.
You were blown away by the West Indies quicks the other day. That problem against the short ball, was that a one-off? It's quite nice to have England because you did bat well against them in that bilateral series.
Definitely, we know very well when we played against 5 ODIs, so hopefully we will.
After a performance like that, it's quite nice to have England because you did bat well against them in your last 12 games. I'm sure you don't need reminding of that. It's a good time to put that to bed.
Definitely, we are not thinking about the matches. We're thinking only that.
However, you haven't won any of your last 12 games. I'm sure you don't need reminding. So news from the middle, England won the toss. They're going to have a ball.
Definitely, we are not thinking about the matches. We're thinking only
no doubt about that. What England were going to do. Mark Butcher was doing this as the coin was coming down, and he wasn't playing a violin.
No, both teams would have bowled.
Yeah, no doubt about that. What England were going to do. Mark Butcher was doing this as the coin was coming down, and he wasn't playing a violin.
No, both teams would have bowled. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, there is.
Certainly won't want to be walking out there batting first again with the memory of the West Indies game. Harris Hale's out in their minds, and Shoaib both play as Wacker suggested. That's either pragmatic and will pay dividends, or it's not quite bold enough. We shall wait and see. And Shoaib both play as Wacker suggested. That's either pragmatic and will pay dividends. What they need is a decent start from the three at the top. Those guys have made hundreds. They've batted well there at times, and if they can get themselves into a decent start, get themselves a foothold in the game, what they need is a decent start from the three at the top. Those guys have made hundreds. Then they'll have a chance of putting England under pressure with what looks to be a very, very good bowling attack. And if they can get themselves into a decent start and get themselves a foothold in the game on what should be a decent surface anyway, then they'll have a chance of putting England under pressure with what looks to be a very, very good bowling attack.
Wood, England have made the one change. Chris Wokes and in comes boys there with Ben Stokes as well, and there's spin Liam Plunkett who sits this one out. Joe Root clearly Wood has been out of Archer.
Well, it's really interesting that they brought in
boys there with Ben Stokes.
Archer and Wokes were superb with the new ball. Now you would imagine that both of those guys would take the new ball. Mark Wood now replaces Liam. It's really interesting that they brought in the middle of the innings, which is the role that Liam Plunkett's done with the new ball. Now you would imagine that both of those guys would take the new ball. 2 or 3 years. Mark Wood now replaces Liam Plunkett. Interesting to see whether Wood and Archer get the middle of the innings, which is the role that Liam Plunkett's done probably better than any other balance in the world of their bowling attack in terms of what everybody's speciality is. Interesting to see whether Wood and Archer get the new ball, whether Wokes keeps it, how England go about it. They've just changed the balance of their bowling attack in terms of what everybody's speciality is a little bit with that.
England have won the toss and Pakistan are going to bat.
Match Coffee intense हो गया. Boys and girls और runs down. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
जल्दी आ जाता है.
No.
World Cup
और हमारी शादी एक दिन नहीं हो सकती.
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ.
I'll call
इंग्लैंड
Papa.
जाओ.
Match
क्या पार्टनरशिप
हो गया.
6 runs.
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ.
Extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. SmackDown Live is a place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live is a place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
एक मैच देखने के लिए इतनी दूर
वर्ल्ड कप हाथ से इतना जल्दी आ जाता है।
नो
हो गया ना
बुढ़ा तू
और हमारी शादी एक दिन नहीं हो सकती।
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ,
I'll call Papa.
इंग्लैंड जाओ।
मैच
क्या पार्टनरशिप?
6 run।
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ।
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है। बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
Plenty from his afternoon as stand-in skipper for Northants with his unbeaten 146.
By taking rides on Uber and weekly lucky draws will see a host of winners, with leaders given a chance to travel to England to watch Pakistan play their matches and competing against other competing nations. Wow, that's pretty good. So get onto that very quickly and get riding on Uber cabs and bikes and whatever else you want to go on. Right, time for a Tapal Cricket में और एक कप चाय.
क्रिकेट मैं और एक कप चाय. तपाल दानेदार.
At number 5, and he has the Bees and Shoaib batting around him somewhere in that region. He certainly shouldn't be any lower than that, and you know, he'd leave the explosive stuff to the likes of Asif Ali behind him.
Yeah, all right, let's bring in Waqar Younis. Waqar, you know that there's been changes now to Pakistan. No Imad Wasim, no Haris Sohail, so in comes Shoaib Malik and Asif Ali. Where then does that put Sarfraz for you? Would you like to see Sarfraz going up the order and assuming more responsibility? How do you see it?
I still feel that Sarfraz should bat at number 5 because he's a kind of a batsman who can, take the other batsmen along with him. And last time he played here against England, he scored 93. He knows the pitch really well. I don't think he should bat further down than that. With Shoaib Malik and of course Asif Ali, if Pakistan gets going in the early part of the inning, if they get a good start, if they don't lose too many wickets in the first 20 overs, I think Pakistan can post a big total. But for me, I think Sarfraz's captaincy is going to be tested more than his batting, because he's playing with one less bowler and he needs to be smart enough when to bring Hafiz, when to bring Shoaib Malik, or when to bring his non-regular bowler. So that is going to be a crucial point. Pakistani fast bowlers got to come guns blazing. They got to really come hard at the batsmen. But first of all, Pakistan needs to put a decent total on the board.
Lovely, Waqar. Thanks very much indeed. And that was Tapal Cricket और कप चाय.
क्रिकेट मैं और एक कप चाय तपाल दानेदार.
Talked a lot about Pakistan's batting. Someone who will be so keen to get amongst them is Jofra Archer, X Factor. Butch, there won't be any letting up. He'll have his foot down on the accelerator, bowling quick today.
Yep, I would imagine so. Look, it's a real challenge for Jofra this. I mean, don't forget, he's only played, 18, 19, 20 one-day internationals. He's played a hell of a lot of T20 cricket around the world. And so just backing up with these
Pakistani fast bowlers got to come guns blazing. They got to really come hard at the batsmen.
Pace,
but first of all, Pakistan needs to put a decent total on the board.
And he's an enormous part. Already, he's an enormous part of England's one-day side.
And that
they've been the best in the world over this period, and they've added something extra to it for this World Cup. So he's a man to look out for.
He is, and Hashim Amla. Ask Hashim, because Hashim Amla got hit. Very rarely does Hashim Amla get hit, but this was fast. Pakistan's batting.
Yeah, and the thing with
so keen to get amongst them is Jofra Archer,
to bounce
X Factor,
a lot sharper, a lot higher.
There won't be any letting up. He'll have his foot down on the accelerator, bowling quick today.
Really I would imagine so. Really snappy wrist. It's a real challenge for Waz, actually. Waz had he's only played wrist with 18, 19, 20, and then flick through at the end. You do that, you impart masses of backspin on the ball, and that makes it jump out of the surface. Jofra really does make the ball bounce probably a foot higher than batsmen would expect. For sure, he's got talent, pace,
on a batting technique point of view, knowing that England will give them a lot of short stuff. Should Pakistan maybe leave the hook shot, leave the hook, leave it back in the pavilion?
And they've added something extra to it. I don't think any reason why he wouldn't do anything similar, but the other guys have got that decision to make. I just think England will double bluff him.
Because Hashim Amla got hit.
Pakistan is going to come out thinking that they're going to get bombed, and England is going to get it up there, and they'll have them three down. They'll be nicked behind. The thing with Jofra, that's what I would do.
Well, it's kind of alluding to that earlier in our chat, that you can't just go in and say, look, I'm going to bowl short and bomb them again, because on these pitches, although there's not a lot of grass on it, you've got to be able to bowl properly as well.
Sometimes used to sort of cop backwards and then flick through at the end. You do that, you impart masses of backspin on the ball, and that makes it jump out of the surface. As a batsman, I wanted to see that bounce earlier than batsmen would expect, because you get out of the way and you've seen it.
On a batting technique point of view, knowing that
coming and it
England
doesn't come,
give them a lot of short stuff.
Should Pakistan
maybe leave the hook shot,
it's a psychological game sometimes.
Leave it back in the pavilion.
Very, very I think Factor will go after it. I don't think any reason why he wouldn't do anything similar, but the other guys have got that decision to make. I just think England are going to double bluff them. I really do. Pakistan are going to come out thinking that they're going to get bombed, and England is going to get it up there, and they'll have them 3 down, LBW, nick behind.
Pakistan are batting first.
That's what I think. That's what I would do.
Pakistan, get behind them. It's kind of alluding to that earlier in our chat, that you can't just go in and say, look, I'm going to bowl short and bomb them again, because on these pitches, although there's not a lot of grass on it, you've got to be able to bowl properly as well.
Sometimes the psychological game is more important than the physical. Pakistan batsmen, everybody knows if you're waiting, if you're thinking about that bumper, as a batsman, I wanted to see that bouncer early in my innings when I walked to the crease, because you get out of the way and you've seen it. But if you're waiting for it and thinking it's coming and it doesn't come, suddenly the feet don't move and you're vulnerable to the fuller ball. So it's a psychological game sometimes.
Well, it's going to be a very, very testing first hour for Pakistan. Remember, England have won the toss, so in Morgan they've made one change. Mark Wood is quick, he's in. And Pakistan have made two changes as Asif Ali and Shoaib Malik have come into the side. Pakistan are batting first. Support Pakistan, get behind them, because this is an absolutely crucial game of cricket in the World Cup. We'll see you at the break.
A straight hit and a big hit.
नो वर्ल्ड कप का फाइनल और हमारी शादी एक दिन नहीं हो सकती प्लीज ओके आई कॉल पापा
क्या पार्टनरशिप है
6 रन
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा 5 balls and 9 runs needed a few extras would help share more this cricket season with 15% extra
We welcome.
One could possibly wish for. He's finished it on with a 6. Magnificent innings. That's out. Yes, it's all over this time. A thrill of joy. Pakistan win the World Cup. Great century. Fantastic batsman. This will be out, surely. It's out. There's the 100 for Ricky Ponting. Yes. Tony finishes off and stuff. Australia champions of the world.
Welcome to the 6th match of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. We're in the Midlands, we're at Trent Bridge, a wonderful cricket stadium now with all the improvements. The River Trent runs alongside the ground and the weather gods have been very kind. And England have had a magnificent start to this tournament. Pakistan, not so much. They are desperate for a win, having not won in their last 12 matches. Had a really good game yesterday at the Oval, the first close game of the tournament. We'll be hoping, and this crowd will be hoping, for more of the same here. Whenever England are in town, there's a big buzz around. Toss news, England won the toss and has been the way in this tournament. With a 10:30 a.m. start, they are going to have a bowl. Two very impressive captains. Two sides at different ends of the 6th match of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. We're in the Midlands, we're at Trent Bridge, a wonderful cricket stadium now with all the improvements. The River Trent runs alongside the ground, and the weather gods have been very kind. Malik has been brought back. England have had a magnificent start to this tournament. Pakistan, not so much. They are desperate for a win, having not won in their last 12 matches. Had a really good game yesterday at the Oval, the first close game of the tournament. Pakistan played the short pitch bowling, and this crowd will be hoping for more of the same here. Another fast and nasty. Whenever England are in town, 93 miles an hour. There is a big buzz around. Toss news, England won the toss and has been the way in this tournament. With a 10:30 a.m. start, they are going to have a bowl. Two very impressive captains. That's what they're all playing for. Two sides at different ends of form at the moment. England, the home nation in the last two other direction. There were some changes Australia with the teams around this these two. Haris Sohail and Imad Wasim were left out, and Asif Ali and Shoaib Malik. Malik has been brought back in the Brits. 12 years ago was the last time Shoaib Malik played in a World Cup. Great thing about this World Cup, 37-year-old veteran when Afghanistan played, Bangladesh yesterday. Atmosphere. England made one change at the toss. They saw the way Pakistan played the short pitch bowling. Two sides know each other very well. There was a bilateral series just before the World Cup, which England won 4-0 to back up Archer. Pakistan batted well in that series, and they'll need to bat well showing their hand today. Pretty early here. It is bright and breezy. Warmth and humidity of yesterday has disappeared. There is the forecast. They're all playing for odd shower. Men's World Cup trophy. We all hope that stays away. Won by the home nation in the last two World conditions. India and then Australia will help the inswing around these parts from the pavilion end and batters hitting not that the short boundaries. Contrast between the very odd-shaped ground now. It's a very pretty ground. Great thing about this World Cup, as we've seen when Afghanistan played, Bangladesh boundaries, every edition crowd has been excellent in this venue. Exceptional. Two sides know each other very well. There was a bilateral series just before the World Cup, which England won 4-0. Pakistan batted well in that series, and they'll need to bat well up front here today. It is bright and breezy. Warmth and humidity of yesterday has disappeared. There is the forecast of the very odd shower later this afternoon. We all hope that stays away. Pretty much perfect conditions for cricket. The breeze will help the in-swing, put that to bowling from the pavilion end, and batters hitting just want to continue the form that they've shown over the last 2 or 3 years. No slip-ups at all. Very odd-shaped ground now. It's a very pretty ground. Right in the middle of Nottingham. England will know better than any side not to take shorter boundaries. Pakistan knocked them out in the Champions Trophy semi-final a couple of years ago. So there's a little bit of payback in this game. Every game has been a sellout. No exception here. The two teams are on their way out. Pakistan are well supported in these parts. Perfect conditions. The officials are ready, the youngsters are ready, the players are ready. Or inconsistent. For the anthems. Been pretty consistent. They keep losing at the moment. Put that to bed. And we'll just want to continue the form that they've shown over the last 2 or 3 years. No slip-ups at all. Better than any side not to take Pakistan lightly. Pakistan knocked them out the Champions Trophy semi-final a couple of years ago. There's a little bit of payback in this game. Perfect conditions. The officials are ready, the youngsters are ready, the players are ready. Time for the anthems.
For those that are able, please be outstanding for the national anthem, Pakistan and England.
The anthems are done, and now the players will get in the huddle. The England players, Liam Plunkett leaves centre stage. It's Mark Wood's time in this game. England making that one change. Plunkett out has been exceptional in those middle overs, and they've gone for extra pace and extra firepower with Mark Wood, and he looks like he's going to enjoy himself. England in good spirits. general, Pakistan's batting over the last year or so has been pretty good. Time for them now to go out there and show that one-off game against West Indies was an anomaly. Ramiz Raja here beside me. What have you made of the changes, Rambo? Well, the anthems are done.
I mean,
now the players
Shoaib Malik has got a lot of experience, so they want to use his experience, maybe use him as an off-spinning option as well. Asif Ali is a good straight hitter of the ball, so he helped them at number 6 or 7 spot when
has been exceptional in those middle overs, and they've gone for extra pace and extra firepower.
Get that last game out of the system somehow.
Like he's going to enjoy himself. England in good spirits.
Right. It's a good call from England. Obviously, they're playing to their strength, which is chasing any score set by the opposition, but also in a way to remind Pakistan of that sort of bouncer saga.
Pakistan's batting over the last year or so has been pretty good.
They've been inserted.
Time for them now to go out there and show that one-off game.
Have they had a problem,
West Indies,
or was that just a one-off?
Have you seen them a lot recently? Here beside me. What have you made of the changes, Rambo?
I think they have an issue. I mean, Shoaib Malik has got a lot of experience, so they want to use his experience, maybe use him as an off-spinning option as well, where pitches are dead, so you're not really challenged by that length, so it helped them at number 6 or 7 spot when there's need of power hitting. But generally, they've not really been good against the shot ball. Get that last game out of the system somehow,
with the new
learn
ball
from it, and then put things right.
Bowling from the Radcliffe.
It's a good call from England. Obviously, they're playing to their strength, which is chasing any score set by the opposition, but also in a way to remind Pakistan of that
didn't bat until later in the innings.
Saga that they suffered at the hands of the Windies.
Trophy. He had a pretty good series against England. He kept nicking off outside the off stump. England will know that he's just vulnerable outside off stump. Have you seen him? You've seen him a lot recently. Anything short, targeted him with a length, he puts away well.
I think they have an issue. Because they were looking at the field South Africa and the England series. Problem is to attack Pakistan outside the off, some free slips in place, so pitches are dead, so you're not really challenged by that length. Bounce them out initially, at least not from walks in, but generally they've not really been good against the shot ball.
Strong breeze. He Wokes with the new ball. Wokes try and swing the ball into the left. Bowling from the Radcliffe road end, Imam-ul Haq. Good form. He was injured on this ground. Mark Wood hit him on the elbow. Didn't bat until later in the innings. Zaman had a great Champions Trophy. Had a pretty good series pitch out against England. He kept nicking off outside the off stump. It has been the best. And England will know that he's just vulnerable outside off stump. Breaking scores coming forward. Anything short, batsman's paradise, back of a length, short, he puts away well. Quick outfield. See the shape there.
Looking at the field set,
not just the field setting, but look at the shape of the ground.
To attack
there are
Pakistan outside the off, some three slips in place, so
protect,
look for that lateral movement, not look
to chase.
Bounce them out initially, at least not from walks in.
Towards that shorter strong boundary. Breeze. Eventually tidies up. Wokes try and swing the ball into the left-handers.
It's very important how Pakistan begin here.
Fires are ready.
What are they setting up for the opposition?
The Radcliffe Road end.
To see. It's a beautiful pitch, well-rolled grass, and the bounce is even. That's the reason why there's so many big scores scored here. You can play it through the line,
all the
on
pitches
top of the bounce.
In England, it has been
very,
the
very
best.
good.
High scores, record-breaking scores.
Wokes and a few other England bowlers got Zaman nicking off outside that off stump, coming forward.
Outfield. See the shape there.
It's a little bit short.
Just the field setting, but look at the shape of the ground. There are certain areas that it's very difficult.
He'll know that.
They'll know why England want to chase
him there.
Very difficult to maintain clarity in your mind when you've been done by the shot ball and also outside the off stump. So what to guard against? I think there's so many things that be going through his mind. Got to give Pakistan a good start. Make sure that I do not nick. Look after the shorter length as well.
I think you're spot on there, Ramiz. I reckon today will be a little bit about the short ball, but it'll be more mentally in the back of their mind. They'll be expecting it.
Times a half hit will carry the ball to the fence. Yeah. This was a bit shorty from England. Played it with a closed face of the blade and got it to bounce off the square, and a misfield allowed that ball to sneak through the infield for 4. Jofra Archer in the end and no chance. Small fence, 4.
Yeah, Morgan was very disappointed in himself. Kicked the turf when he missed that. In fact, Archer set the tone in the first ball, and he had a little bit of a fumble down at third man. A little bit of a sloppy start from England. Yeah, talking of those dismissals against England, that's the area that England bowled. He came forward, he kept nicking it to Joe Root. That's where they'll target him again. That sort of area, but he slashed that away for 4. Excellent start from Pakistan, none for none.
Impressive from Fakhr. Picked up the length very early, and a little bit of width allowed him to really go hard at that line and length. A little uppish, sliced it past the infield, and 4. So off to a very, very good start here. Striding forward and slicing it.
What a scene that is. Fluffy white clouds over a spectacular stadium. Looks another batsman's paradise. A lot of batting. You'd say they've improved their batting there. They've added to it. Got their best 4 bowlers as well. Experience of Wahab and Amir back. Jofra Archer. What a month or so he's had. Boy from nowhere, really.
Such an easy way of bowling, easy run up. He uses his wrist beautifully. Repeatable bowling action, smile on his face. He's temperamentally very strong. Such a good addition to this lineup. Only wonder if England have got this shorter back length or bouncer theory. How difficult or easy would it be for the bowlers really to rehearse it? Because in this day and age, you're looking for variations more than the bouncers, so you can easily be a little off target, off mark.
Yeah, and you can't be here because you bowl wide to these left-handers and they'll uppercut you over point for 4 and 6. And that's 2 straight, and that'll be 4. Only debate, was it leg buys? It was.
It started to be carrying those scars from the last game. It was hit on the grill and then the ball shattered the stumps off the grill. Boundaries galore. 14 without a wicket. Fakhr has got 2 4s.
Off 50 deliveries, Bakr Zaman on this ground against England a couple of weeks ago. There you go, the ground dimensions. 69 metre, 67 metre, 65 metre chip really for these guys nowadays. Towards the pavilion is the longest. Oh, that's a beauty. That's his natural shape, which I think is what makes him a better white ball bowler. Getting it into the right-hander, there's no room, and getting it going across the left-hander from a roundabout leg stump, it will pitch and go across him.
Beautiful seam position. Look at the height the ball took. It was an effortless delivery.
Oh, and again, and again. That one actually just nibbled back in.
Testing him around that off-stump channel, played inside the line of the ball. It went over the middle stump, if not mistaken. Yeah, came back ever so slightly and beat him for extra pace and bounce.
He would argue he left that on length.
Yeah, it turned out to be a good leave in the end.
through the kitchen sink of that. He's looking for a wide. He's not going to get it. 14 for none.
Yeah, seems he's had enough. 4 dots in a row. Very good end to that over. Superb athlete, and what a start by him. Should England keep on bowling there to Fakhar or try the shorter length? I think that would be discussed as well as his innings progresses.
Not actually. For Imam, they've had the 3 slips. For Fakhar, they've just had the 2. Very much an offside field. 7-2. Does occasionally make opening bowlers bowl a bit wide because they're a bit worried about being tucked away leg side.
It's a very strong offside field, and so you can't err on middle and leg stump because that'll be kind of a free hit. Let's put him under a bit of stress and pressure.
Well, his line the other day, Chris Wokes to Quinton de Kock, was superb. Nothing on his pads, nothing wide. Him and Archer bowled beautifully, the South African opener. Single sent back. What's the feeling in Pakistan and the fans, Ramiz, about this Pakistan side? You only live so long off that mercurial, unpredictable. They've been pretty predictable at the moment. They've lost 11 out of 12 and the other one was rained off.
Yeah, I mean, they're a bit confused. They want to back this team, but the team is not allowing them to feel happy. This unpredictability tag is a bad one, actually. They need a bit more consistency. It's a young side, and everybody felt that after the Champions Trophy they were in a good shape to test the best in the field, but of late they've been losing matches. Just that they don't know how to get over the line. Once you start losing, it becomes so difficult really to address the issue and convince yourself that you are still very good. It's tough for the team as well, because it's got to trouble them. Psychologically, there may be issues. You doubt your abilities, start doubting them.
Better length from Wokes. If anything, he's been slightly too back the length, which does offer up areas outside that off stump.
Yeah, for an opener initially, that's a difficult ball to look after because your feet are not moving, you're just a little sluggish, the crease, and suddenly when the ball is pitched up, you see it, your eyes light up and you want to go hard at it, and you can be just a little bit short in your stride.
Dot balls now. So after a good start, Pakistan, just a little bit of pressure being built from Wokes and Archer.
No bouncer yet. 2.5 overs.
And a maiden. Very good from Wokes. 14 for none.
No. World Cup का फाइनल और हमारी शादी एक दिन नहीं हो सकती, प्लीज.
ओके, I'll call पापा.
क्या पार्टनरशिप है?
6 रन.
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more.
Debate in the middle. Bowler, captain, senior bowler. Debate of whether to have 2 or 3 slips. Went past the edge on a couple of occasions, and then he had 2 for fucker. Now they've got 3. Well, we talked about the short pitch bowling. Fakhar Zaman in particular over the years. This is the Champions Trophy. He has been hit on the head a number of times. Was out here in that manner the other day. But he is someone who gets on that front foot early. If it's back of a length, he's in good position. But he has been hit on the head a lot of times. That was the other day. That length, you see, is perfect. That is exactly the analysis we're talking about. The bouncer, he gets in trouble, but hip high, he's in a perfect position.
That is such a strong response. And that's the problem for the bowlers. You can't get it wrong against him also. So whilst there's a chance when you get that ball outside the off stump, there's every likelihood that the ball will fly if you bowl that length on the pads.
Okay, for drink.
Through. I think it was a slightly slower ball. It might have just died. 87 miles per hour. It wasn't that slower, but just England thinking they may need to do their variations. Just died in the pitch, maybe. All eyes on Jos Buttler this game. He missed a couple of stumpings against Pakistan in the bilateral. He missed a catch the other day. You want to put in a good performance. Right, now there's a leg slip in or a leg gully. Once you set that man there, it sets the tone. There's a signal of what's coming.
Just saw that montage of bouncers hit Fakhar Zaman on the helmet. I've been reliably told that he carries more helmets than cricket bats in his cricket gear. The box that he carries, and more helmets than bats. Seriously, about 2 or 3 helmets he carries.
It's not a good fact to let out there, to be honest. It's a suggestion that you might think you're going to get hit on the head a bit.
He gets himself in a very awkward position actually at times when he's playing the bouncer, because it's like he's playing a spinner on the front foot and trying to slap the ball. Yeah, he front foot press and there's no coming back.
Tucked away. Imam will keep the strike. 5 and over, 20 for none.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15%.
हाँ बंद करो ए चला उनको बंद होना दिखाई हेलो हेलो हाँ 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 यार क्या यार समझा कर हेलो 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 खड़ खड़ ये बंद करो मैं सुना रही बहुत ही अच्छा आगाज पाकिस्तान टीम की जानिब से तमाम दोस्तों को खुशामदीद कहते हैं पाकिस्तान के नंबर 1 स्पोर्ट्स चैनल पर। इस वक्त पाकिस्तान की बैटिंग जारी है और हम बराह रास्त आपको अपडेट्स देंगे। आंधी भाई आवाज़ लेकिन उनकी आवाज़ आ गई।
सिस्टम ऑडियो बंद कर दिया था देखा लोग ढांधे भी
लोग नहीं ढांधे पे ना 13 लोग दे बेटे नहीं आ रहा
13 लोगों का नहीं दिखाओ
तो कार का सही बंद वाल देते हैं।
इथों देख के मैं इथे देखे मैं सिस्टम ऑडियो बंद करे ना तू डू 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 इथों कर बेटे देख बेटे दे लाइव कर
तो मैं आवाज़ वेंदी नहीं पाई मैं हुआ ते को रोना देंदा बेटा ओ मुंडा फायदा नहीं है
मुंडा फायदा ओ
वो छक्का मार देते जी। हाजी मामा का
good intent from the openers. They realise they just can't stumble their way to 280 on this ground against England. That won't be enough. Need 300 plus. That might not be enough for this venue. Got to play a natural attacking game.
एसटी क्रिकेट को क्या कीते हैं एसटी क्रिकेट को दरे क्या कीती बैठे देखते सही है एसटी क्रिकेट को वो लाइव चलाई बैठे चल देखें वने वो जो लाइव चलाई बैठे एसटी क्रिकेट लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग।
My theory is that the top three should bat only for 25 overs and bat well. Get your 100 as an opener in the first 25 overs.
ptvsportslivestreaming.
Then do the deal, seal the deal, get a 70 odd from the rest of the cast, maybe 100. So 200s these days is the way to go, rather than asking your opener to anchor.
सादा नजर नहीं आता क्या मसला है लोग आते चाह दे नजर आते पिड़े गए यार नजर आते
मैं बोला नहीं हेलो हक अल्लाह
मसला ये है कि सारे स्कोर कार्ड देख के बेवकूफ़ थी चुके
England, famous football grounds right by the cricket stadium, Notts County, Nottingham Forest. Oh, hand on that, Ben Stokes stopped the boundary.
उड़ू ना देखी डूडे अगर चले ना ये दही तू चल
Must have a reason for having that position for Imam ul-Haq.
सिस्टम ऑडियो खत्म करना थे बॉल से
देख कितनी थी
डा advantage for England. Can't remember last time we saw a leg slip catch in one leg. Faster bowlers. Yeah, on the pull. This is good from Haka. You think I've got a shot problem? I'm going to show you I haven't. I should settle the rattle in the mind at least, because it's a good response. Very good shot in the air. Yeah, it's still not budging.
अरे इन्हें सुन बेटा इन्हें क्यों लोग सपोर्ट्स कार्ड को देख के महसूस सीधे बेटे तो लाइव देख के भी महसूस
That was the important ball after. That's what we were talking about earlier. The ball after the short ball. That was good bowling from Archer. Pretty good batting as well. Wasn't just hanging back expecting it. Just can't afford to give him any work.
छोड़ ओ यार पोस्ट 3 सेकंड वास्ते चले
Don't be smiling for much longer, Archer.
Content issues detected.
Might be a few words. I'm afraid he's got to pick the right ball to hit.
ये 5 मिनट जो 1 मिनट लाजमी दिखाओ आवाज डिटेक्ट करे एक बंद कर 15 सेकंड
It's not working for England. They had 3 slips early on against him. That ball popped up in the air and would have been taken by the slipper, but not finding any luck. England hit the glove. Would have avoided the 13 wheeler.
The third thing
Slips have been minimized as one slip.
content issues detected. We are you.
Below 37 for nothing.
नो वर्ल्ड कप का और हमारी शादी एक दिन नहीं हो सकती
एक ना देख लेना ना एक ना देख इतू थोड़ा आधा पे
क्या पार्टनरशिप
इतू देख
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है बॉल में कम और रन ज्यादा 5 balls and 9 runs needed a few extras would help
इंडिया वाली बेसी
share more this cricket season with 50% extra
बढ़िया देखो लाइव मैच देखने का शुक्रिया वो कितने मार गए हो हेड्स अप बेटे एकदम धै मैंने यानी में लोग भाजी निकलते हैं सारे कंटेंट इश्यूज डिटेक्टेड हैं कितने मार गए हो मेरे ये वाली ये दिख रही है क्योंकि आडे लंगी लगी गेदे हुन कटी गई उस आवाज हैं कोई ना आवाज हो नहीं दी पई यार अब तुम कितने मार गए हो हेलो पूरा मैच देखो सारे मैच बेहतरीन चौका लागे वाह कमाल दी शॉट फखर जमान जीत गए यार तेरी प्रॉपर भेजूं रंडवा थी कि मेरी भाई तेरी यार Oh, chakka.
Their best to turn up tomorrow. We've played Pakistan, we've seen their batting lineup, they knocked us out the Champions Trophy, so we're going to prepare for their best, and they've definitely got that so far. So questions been asked.
I like this from Fakhar Zaman. You've got to be a bit thick-skinned really to carry on like this after being absolutely embarrassed by the Windies. He's back in there, hitting the ball beautifully.
And now, will he get to it? It's Bairstow. He does. Brilliant fielding. Just one for a shot like that.
Something for the fans to cheer. smiling faces are back, and they're loving this from Fakhar Zaman. High back lift, and boom, it goes very quickly to the square leg fielder.
बचाने में कामयाब हुए। इस वक्त 7वां ओवर चल रहा है। ओहो, तमाम सुनदी मीठ है वजह तेगु आपकी वहशत अंगेजी बस इनको आवाज बिल्कुल ना बदले। क्यों? तले कर यार, तले कर, चल।
Be a good follow-up actually, maybe an over or two. 93 miles an hour. England now need a wicket.
Misses out. 49 for none.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है। बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
एक मैच देखने के लिए इतनी दूर।
हर वर्ल्ड कप 7 से गुस्सा जल्दी आ जाता है। बुढ़ा हो गया ना।
बुढ़ा तू।
बॉयज, आपकी सेंचुरी पक्की है। ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ।
Excellent start from Pakistan, 49 for none. We're going to have a change. Wasim Akram, Ian Ward.
Thanks, Nas. What a thoroughly entertaining half an hour of cricket we have seen. Some fantastic shots, some inventive shots, some absolute hacks. Some aggressive bowling, some aggressive captaincy, but no wickets for England. Good from Stokes in the gully. I thought Ramiz Raja made an excellent point about the way Pakistan have come out in this first half an hour. It's a bit like the Joshua fight the other day. No one really expected that to happen, but they've come out fighting, and England look a little rattled.
They are. What a start from Pakistan. A positive start, a good intent. We are 49 Pakistanis without a wicket. We are into 8th over. Imam is looking good. He's rotating the strike, giving the strike to Fakhar.
That's a gorgeous shot. It's a little bit of a gift onto the leg stump, but efficiently tucked away. Pakistan go to 50, 53 without loss after 7 overs and 2 balls.
Ideal start. And a very good shot from Imam. A full delivery from Archer. Played nicely between square leg and mid-on towards mid-wicket for his second boundary.
Two noises, but a big appeal. Murray Erasmus shakes his head. England discuss. They're going for it.
TV umpire, the director, player review for LBW. A decision on the field, not out. Start with the front foot, please. It's a fair delivery. Can you go to front on spin vision, please? Roll back, please. Can you rock and roll? Yeah. I need to see the ultra edge, please. Okay. Satisfied. Can you just freeze it when the ball is next to the bat? Satisfied. The batsman hit it. Can I have the on-field umpire on camera, please? Can I have the on-field umpire on camera, please, Simon? Mare, stay with your original decision. You're on camera now.
Good on-field decision, bad decision from Owen Morgan. That was taken out of desperation. England are desperate to break this partnership because they are under enormous pressure.
England have taken aback the way Pakistan came out, all guns blazing. He's going around the wicket now, Archer. We heard two noises from here, from stump mic.
Johnny Bairstow got involved, and invariably when Johnny Bairstow gets involved on a decision of when or not to review, England tend to review. He gets a bit excited. More runs, more cheers from the Pakistan supporters. Morgan's got to think about a change here.
Mind you, Pakistan need to get at least 350 because remember they're playing with 4 regular bowlers and the 5th bowler would be Hafiz. Hafiz will share with Shoaib Malik. 2 off-spinners, partnership worth 55 of 46 deliveries. Both are looking good, solid.
Quick, Butler does actually extremely well just to get a mitt on that. It's only come up as 80 odd miles an hour, but that zipped through with extra bounce.
He's got this high arm action. He runs in smoothly, very smooth action, good follow through, high arm, and then good seam position. Look at this. It was just short of a length delivery. And look at the carry. It's like a spongy bounce there. I did have a word with groundsman in the morning. He said ideally he wanted a bit more sun on the pitch, but still a good pitch to bat on.
Still the slip, still the gully, over the wicket, and heaved away leg side. He's played some quite extraordinary shots today, Pakistan. It's been all action cricket. Will feel a little aggrieved they haven't picked up a wicket because there have been plenty of plays and misses. They are continuing to attack.
But that's his game. I'm glad he's sticking to his game. He's playing positively. He's on 28 of 22, strike rate of 127. Imam is supporting him well. 24 of 25, almost run a ball.
Another pacey delivery, well taken by Butler. To bowl that one again though. There is so little margin for error for the bowlers in the game in general in 50 over cricket, and that probably was a bit high, but you've got to have some sympathy for these fast bowlers. I mean, Archer's charging in and trying to get a wicket, and he's just got it a little bit wrong. All weighted in the batsman's favour. Change, Stokes goes from gully to mid-wicket.
Look at his consistency of his pace, 87, 90 miles per hour.
Stokes will do the chasing. Who will tidy up in the end, but another good over for Pakistan. Move to 62 without loss.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. Balls हैं कम और runs ज़्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
No. वर्ल्ड कप का फाइनल और हमारी शादी एक दिन नहीं हो सकती, प्लीज.
Okay, I'll call Papa.
क्या पार्टनरशिप है?
6 रन
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और इंग्लैंड जाओ.
Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you, Woody.
Don't look a day old over something or other.
Thanks,
70, says his good mate Atherton, who's standing next to him.
At least I have more hair than others, that's for sure.
Got more hair than Mo as well. It's a clean shaven head. Played such an important role for England at about this time of the innings. But he comes on with Imam on 24 and Fakhar Zaman on 30 from just 23 deliveries, and Pakistan on a roll. Moeen Ali is bowling with the wind behind him, so if they're going to go down the ground, they're hitting into a fairly stiff breeze. Boundary riders deep mid wicket, Chris Wokes at long on.
Probably there's a bit of moisture there, but Shane Warne could spin on any pitch.
He's going to try and bowl that tight line into leg stump. Shane Warne reckons the pitch might just spin. Seven without loss. There's a lot of batting to do first, but you've got to find 10 overs somewhere.
10 overs, T20, 4 overs, 2 part-time bowlers can bowl, but 10 overs, and that too against the mighty England side, the most experienced England side, can be tough. That's what I reckon they need to get 360, 370.
Double change then for England. Moeen Ali replacing Chris Wokes. Now Mark Wood replacing Jofra Archer. So Morgan operating with his two quickest men from the pavilion end here at Trent Bridge and pushing up to a fairly stiff breeze. Had real injury problems for a while, Mark Wood, but when he's fit, he is pacey. Has changed his run-up, gone from like a sprinting start to or a gathered build-up to try and take pressure off his body. He also appears to be hitting the crease with a fair more degree of vigour, and it's worked. But he is short of cricket, and England are keeping their fingers crossed every time he takes to the field that he's not going to break down. But he's got pace. Michael Afton.
Thanks, Waddy. Yeah, just a reflection on the work that Pakistan put in yesterday with Grant Flower, the batting coach, on the back of that horrendous performance against West Indies. There was a lot of practice against the short ball in the nets yesterday. And just the importance of Fakhar Zaman really worked hard. They show you one shot of the short ball, confident strike to the boundary. You know what it's like when you've had a bad performance. And just the importance of Fakhar Zaman this morning. Show you one shot to a short ball.
That's a really good shot. Nicely fielded at extra cover.
I think they'd have been particularly nervous looking at England's side with Archer and Wood, and therefore somebody like Fakhar, who's just got that confidence when he walks out there, he sticks out his chest, he's somebody that you'd want to go into battle with, and I think he's a very important player for Pakistan at the top of the order.
The way he grips the bat, the way he holds the bat, the way he sets up, sort of sets himself for that baseball shot.
He does, he sets up, and Nasser was talking about it on commentary, for the ball about hip height, which he can swing very easily away to the leg side.
Conversation between bowler and captain. First two deliveries were full from Wood. again, and that's the sort of line and length that England had success in the bilateral series. 89 miles an hour from Wood.
You know, when you talk about averages in shorter format, look at this average, 44.72, that's a bit high, and Moeen Ali got 90 odd wickets, averaging 49. So I suppose nowadays it's very norm to have 40 plus average. As a bowler, as a batsman, I'm all for it, but not as a bowler.
Just got less to work with the bowlers now, haven't they? Balls that don't reverse swing, they don't swing naturally.
Too old for this.
69 for non-Pakistan, an ideal start after the debacle against West Indies, I suppose. Same ground, different pitch, different mindset. They came out all guns blazing, positive mindset. They played some excellent shots, both of them. And Imam is looking in control. He's looking really good. 3 4s and a 6 to him.
Pacey. Mark Wood used to start his run up with almost like a long jumper's leap forward, and it was a very short run up, very explosive run up, but it put enormous amount of pressure on his body.
He's not a very big guy either. Like Archer is a tall bloke, 6+, got high arm action. He really has to put in every time he runs in with his action. Spread out field now. Third man, fine leg back on the boundary.
Good one to finish the 10th, 69 without loss. Good over two, just 2 singles. So Moeen Ali and Wood have just put a little bit of a break on. Quite as much sunshine here in Nottingham when we started the game. Pakistan and their many supporters in the ground will be smiling because this is a fantastic start. First power play, 69 without loss.
And they do have a lot of supporters here today to support their team. Power play has finished now. We're into 11th over. So well spread out field. Mid-off is going back as well. There are 5 fielders inside the circle.
It's that line again. Moeen Ali into leg stump. Certainly the tactic. Did you manage to get around the ground unscathed then, with all the Pakistan supporters in demanding your autographs and selfies on your birthday?
Autograph is fine, it's the selfies. And as you know, when you run down, either you're doing a pitch report, you're doing a pre-show or a post-show, you don't have time to stop. But I can understand their passion, the love for their team. Look at them, they came out in numbers. They always come out in numbers. I mean, I've been touring England since 1987. 5 tours I had with Pakistan. Every time they were there to support their team, to back their team.
Been an excellent start for Pakistan. They really did take the game to England in that first power play. There were some wonderful shots, slightly reckless shots, some plays and misses, but fundamentally what they did is they came out punching, and that was the right positive way to go.
quite nippy out there with this wind. It's not that warm.
.73 without loss. It's England in summer, Waz. What do you expect?
I come from Pakistan. Lahore weather, I think yesterday was 44. Today it's 45 degrees. You can't even imagine you guys living here. You have 26 degrees, say it's a heat wave coming up.
Roads melt for 26 degrees. The whole country grinds to a halt. No warm sunshine at the moment and a stiff breeze. That stiff breeze is what Mark Wood is pushing into now. His first over was good and he went for a couple. Litter stops play. This is good. He's found a nice length, Mark Wood.
Bit of seam in play here. There's a bit of grass on the pitch. It's dry grass. But if you hit the seam, there was obviously, I think, a slow ball as well. The off cutter. Turn. That's what Warney said.
At least when you're trying to get those 10 overs when you bowl, Wazim, you've got the spinners to fiddle away. They'll need a little bit of assistance from the pitch. They might get it. See another cutter. Yep. Starts the over with 2 change-ups. Sent through toss from Nasser Hussain. There's a lot going on before a game of international cricket. Everyone wishing Wazim a happy birthday this morning. Sorts of different TV crews and radio stations.
And your call time is 3 hours before the game.
Yes.
I was here at 8 o'clock.
Quick. Started the over with 2 off cutters. That was through Fakhar Zaman.
.89 miles per hour, short delivery, bit of spongy bounce as well in this pitch because it's a little soft underneath.
It's 89 miles an hour into a very stiff breeze. There's not much of him to push through that breeze because, as you say, he's a very slight figure. Generate genuine real pace. Seen some genuine pace in the World Cup so far, full stop. It's been good to see.
Yeah, we've seen Archer, we've seen West Indian bowler, we've seen O'Shane, and then obviously Russell Arnold, who bowled 3 overs against Pakistan.
Andre Russell.
Andre Russell.
Not the little left-handed Sri Lankan.
Andre Russell, he bowled 3 overs and every delivery was shot. And I think his spell did the trick against Pakistan. But they're back.
Beautiful shots over a wonderful cricket ground. A lot of work has been done over the years to bring Trent Bridge up to modern standards. They've done it very sympathetically. It's a slightly odd-shaped ground, certainly down towards the pavilion end, and that stand over there on the right really does eat into the playing surface. But it was always sort of been that way. Even when you see the old shots of Trent Bridge, it was always slightly oddly shaped in that corner. .76 without loss. Good from Mark Wood. 2 overs for just 5 runs, and Moeen Ali 2 overs for 9. England needed to just rein things in. Those 2 have done it.
Last delivery was sharp, 92.9 miles per hour. That's quick. 76 for none in 12.
76 without loss after 12. Very good from the openers.
Delivery
Both
was shot.
made 34 runs unbeaten, and 4 bowlers have been used. 4 bowlers have been used. With a maiden, ended up going for 32. Started with a maiden, other 3 overs. 32. Archie through 4 and Moeen Wood 2 apiece. 4 and Moeen Wood 2 apiece. 4 overs have just seen 14 runs, so England have managed to get the breaks. 14 runs, so England have managed to get the breaks thanks to the offie and Mark Wood. And a man on the sweep, and Ben Stokes. A man on the sweep, and Ben Stokes at long on. Will be in action now. Will be in action now. Power play, so Ali can have a bit more. Second power play, so Ali can have a bit boundary protection. What a game he had at the Oval, spectacular. What a game he had at the Oval, spectacular. A better outfield catch than this. I don't know about you, was a better outfield catch than this. I don't know about you, was you've probably seen more cricket than I.
It really was. Never seen a catch like that. It really was. Pass for sure. Never seen a catch like that. Tremendous cricket pass for sure. He's a tremendous cricketer. Bat, he can bowl, and of course he's a terrific fielder. Bowl, and of course he's a terrific fielder. True all-rounder, as we call it. True all-rounder, as we call it.
Was a catch it, but short of England's cap. Catch it, but short of England's cap. Just stayed in the pitch, a little bit of turn. Maybe just stayed in the pitch, a little bit of turn.
Let's have a look again closely. Let's have a look again closely. Very turned, very smooth action. Yeah, bit of turn. Very smooth action. Yeah, bit of turn.
What about coming back for the second? But what about coming back? Rashid had read the plate. Rashid had read the plate. Backing up well.
Good call, good run. He was home safely, comfortably. He was home safely, comfortably.
Good from Moeen Ali. Good from Moeen Ali. He's around with his action every now and again. He's around with his action every now and again. Come out, he's thrust his elbow out. And other times he'll stay in nice his elbow out. And other times he'll stay in nice Lane Mushtaq. Something he works on with Lane Mushtaq. Great over, says Josh Butler. It was only 3 from it. 79 without loss. Wood to start his 3rd over. His last ball, the previous over, was close to 93 miles an hour. Good signs on the paceman so far. Good length too. Mentioned that Ben Stokes catch. Worth having another look. 2.2 seconds from the moment it hit the bat to the moment he plucked it out of the air.
Unbelievable. Look at this. 2.5 meters up in the air. Kept his eyes on the ball and made it look so easy, didn't he?
Would have gone for 6. Says he was out of position. Hence the jump. I'm not sure I believe him. I think he was looking to cut down 2, but he plucked it out of the air. It was staggering. You could see the so special. Look at the lady there. You are joking.
Probably saying, you beauty. Hail the great man.
Problem behind the bowler's arm. That can happen here on occasions because the crowd are sitting right behind the bowler's arm.
What how he is as a person? I don't know him much. People in Pakistan don't know him much. His personality off the field, Ben Stokes.
A little under edge. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to know Ben. He's a great guy. As a cricketer, you want him on your side. He will do anything for his teammates. And he also does everything at 110 miles an hour. There's no off button with Ben. It is impossible for Bayliss or any of the coaching staff to try and stop him training. It's quite incredible to watch. Not to be the best for his longevity, but he is fully committed. Oh, mix up. Oh, wrong end. Wrong end. That's where you need your teammates to help you out. So often the call is run him out. Well, I know run him out, but which end? Someone needs to tell you the right end. Morgan went to the wrong one.
Yeah, he did actually. Fakhr was halfway, and then Imam actually shouted early on no, because he hit it hard, went straight to the fielder, one of the best fielders in world cricket. You got to be very careful. You shouldn't be losing wicket like this. You're doing well. Great start. 80 for none. We're into 14th over. England is kind of on a back foot right now.
The world-renowned Pakistan calling and running between the wickets was. There's always a little shake of the head and a hand on hips and then a conversation. Imam was right. I don't know where Fakhr thought he was going.
Story of our lives, huh?
But England have got a handle on the scoring rate in the last half dozen overs. Just 2 from this over so far. A few more as it's down the leg side. Nearly bowled it.
Yeah, we did. A very, very close call. Bit harsh. That was a run out. And Imam obviously was in the crease. He shouted no, and Fakhr Zaman was halfway. Wrong end altogether.
Good over. 14 gone, 82 without loss. Without loss. Change up here. Kumar Sangakkara, Mike left.
What a terrific start this has been from Pakistan. How they needed it. The team on the back of 11 consecutive defeats in ODI cricket. After a very poor start against West Indies at the start of this competition, there would have been a nervous dressing room before the start of play. So they've got a good start. 82 for none, a terrific platform. Good delivery from Moeen. There was a bit of spin there, and Jos Buttler looks very confident as it goes upstairs. don't seem to have the third umpire's voice at the moment, so I'll try and talk us through it. The front foot is fine. Key is at the other end. When Butler takes the bails off, where was Fakhar Zaman's back foot? It was out of the crease. It's very tight, but as the bails are lit, I don't think there's much behind the line. That should be given out by the third umpire, and is given out by the third umpire. Apologies to our viewers that we couldn't hear the third umpire talk you through that dismissal, but I think the decision was clear enough. Fakhar Zaman, having played so well for 36, has gone, and Pakistan have lost their first wicket for 82. Classiest batsman in this Pakistan team, Babar Azam, replaces Fakhar Zaman, who played well but was just undone by a beautiful delivery from Moeen Ali that drifted in and spun just enough to beat that outside edge, and groping forward he was slightly off balance, and that back leg just left the all-important popping crease.
Beautifully bowled by Moeen Ali. The wind really helping him to drift it back in, and his seam position is always spot on. Holding, turning, Butler does the rest. With that wind, I would like to see a slip put in place for the right-hander. He would get natural drift, natural variation of the pitch. Some will hold and turn, some will go straight on. It's an attacking option, especially with a wicket down.
Where do you get the slip from, Kumar?
I think the best position is to get your short fine leg to that slip position. Ball slightly wider. That's a stumping. Really quick work by Jos Buttler. First concentrating on collecting the ball. Don't have to be too quick, just quick enough to take the bails off. But Fakhar Zaman just kind of wandering out, expecting the ball to drift in and hold its line. Beautifully bowled.
And confidence booster for Jos Buttler as well, who's been struggling a little bit with the gloves. He missed a couple of stumpings in the 5-match series against Pakistan. He dropped a catch in England's opening game at the Oval against South Africa. He spent a long time working on his glove work in the day before this game. So it was a straightforward stumping, but as all cricketers will tell you, if confidence is a little low, just gets a nice boost. Said that he was working very hard the day before the game on his glove work. It's Bruce French throwing the ball, who's a great wicket-keeper here for Notts and England, and he's England's wicket-keeping coach. And after just 2 or 3 errors in the last few weeks, he needed that one. 85 for 1. Morgan will be happy to see the back of Fakhar Zaman, who is a very aggressive player and a very dangerous player, but with Babar Azam replacing him, good player too. Gets a lively bouncer from Mark Wood first up.
I don't mind a bouncer as a batsman coming in. You actually get your body moving, you get a sight as to which length you can duck. You spoke earlier about all the hard work that Pakistan has done trying to deal with this short ball after their, pummeling against the West Indies. And one of the things that's really helped them is the pitch. It's nice and hard, it's very consistent bounce. You can easily duck under it, not having to worry about a variation of that length.
Short and quick again, and so quick that Baba was very late on the pull shot. Was fortunate that the miscue didn't go to Moeen Ali at mid-on.
He tried to hit it too far in front of deep square leg. Outside off stump as well, just a little bit too slow. Just come in, he needs a bit of time. Also been a bit surprised that all the faster bowlers didn't bowl from the opposite end to Mark Wood.
Short again, and played that well actually. He's looking to play the shot, but realizing either that it's too quick, wrong line, too high, and then he pulls out of it, and that's the way to go. Look to play and then get out the way.
Absolutely. If you're positive and looking to score off the short ball, it gets your head into a really good position over their front foot. A lot of batsmen get into trouble because the moment they're thinking of avoiding or ducking, their head weight gets pushed back over their back foot and they get stuck. The Randwick Road end would have probably been the quicker end for the faster bowlers, also helped them. Radcliffe Road end.
Gets this one away, and in between the two fielders in the deep as well. Just a flick of the wrists and away it flies to the fence.
It's more placement, a little swivel with the line of the ball, guiding it more than just hitting it. He's getting his line wrong, Mark Wood, at the body this time, not over off stump. The Radcliffe Road end. That's where we are, the commentators. Joss Butler is keeping from. With the wind that would have helped Jofra Archer and Mark Wood, not just with the pace, but also maybe with a bit of swing back into the left-hander.
Randwick is Sydney, Sanger. You found yourself in Sydney. Wishful thinking, no doubt.
Well, the pitch is pretty similar, I think. The same colour. I've only played one day as at Sydney, never played a test match there. It's also a great pitch for batting and for spin. So is this, I think, as the game wears on. Spinners will come more and more into the game. We saw Moeen Ali getting some grip and turn.
Nice sound off the bat. Sweet timer of the ball is Babar Azam. 16 overs done. Pakistan, good start. 90 for 1 and drinks.
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
This is the land of opportunity.
SmackDown Live is the place to be. Nobody does it better. We do it right here on SmackDown Live.
1979. Good top-class seam bowler he was. He had a good day at Headingley against Pakistan way back then. Back today, and Pakistan have made a very good start. 90 for 1 from 16. Both openers played really well until that happened. Beautiful delivery from Moeen Ali that drifted a little on the breeze, spun past Bakr Zaman's forward push and just found himself overbalancing. And Joss Buttler able to affect the stumping, which was a confidence booster for him because he's missed a couple of late as well. Pakistan, the happier of the two teams, especially given what happened in that first game against West Indies, and have set themselves up for a decent score here. They might need one too. It's a very flat looking pitch and the ground in which England have scored heavily on in the past. This pitch is the same strip as the one England scored their two world record scores, 444 against Pakistan, which set the highest score in 50 over cricket, which they then surpassed themselves with 481 against Australia. But the same strip was used, both those run chases. It's a high scoring ground, short boundaries, square of the wicket, pitch that doesn't do much for the quicker bowlers. Batsman's paradise.
You also get short boundaries, square of the wicket, some straight down this Radcliffe end, and also this square that extends almost all the way up to the boundary. So the moment you hit a ball in a gap, it just runs away. It's very hard to stop it. A lot of diving in that inner circle in that first 10 overs to try and stop the boundaries, shutting off those gaps. England have done a good job here. They brought it back. Ali just getting a bit of turn, that off-stump region. It'll help Pakistan to have the left-hand, right-hand combination, allow them a little breathing space to work singles just like that. But I thought England did a great job of frustrating Bakr Zaman. For most of the time, they had the ring fielders on that circle. You see the seam position, just a little bit of turn. Hard hands from Imam ul Haq. No damage done, but that's something the left-hander needs to watch. That's gone past short extra cover. Looking for two. Yes, they're coming back. Good throw, but not quick enough. Easily back for two. They had all the inner fielders on the circle for Bakr Zaman because they knew that he was hitting the ball hard. They stopped the singles, frustrated him.
More confident push through the offside this time. Previous ball he was actually looking to work a bit straighter and the drift took it off a thick outside edge, but that was a confident push through the offside. Studious looking Imam ul Haq behind those glasses. See that drift there on the breeze. Had a strong cross breeze today. Five from the over, 95 for 1. Pakistan flag fluttering proudly in the breeze. Lots of Pakistan supporters here today. It would be a close run thing if you counted up the Pakistan fans and the England fans in the ground. Always get so much support when they play in England, Pakistan. A change then. Mark Wood replaced by Ben Stokes, who will be full of confidence after that performance against South Africa. All-round display of excellence in the field with the ball and with the bat. Ben Stokes comes on, Nasser pops in.
Yeah, just some analysis on Archer and Wood, really. Everyone's noticed how easy on the eye Archer's action is, but also how easy on the body it is. Everything is aligned, everything is going in the right direction. Look at the alignment of the feet, and then look at the follow-through. There is no twisting and turning and putting strain on your body. That is pretty much perfection. I'll compare that with Mark Wood in a second after this delivery. He has had back problems, Archer, but that's pretty good. Let's compare that to Mark Wood. Now, Mark Wood has had injury problems, and those injuries have been in the ankles. And you look how his action puts strain on his ankles. That's pretty good. Now look at the alignment of the feet, the back foot compared to the front foot. Now look at those ankles and the strain he's putting on him. And you remember Mark Wood has to occasionally fall over after bowling. That's why, because he has to get himself off the pitch, because his alignment is so different. So one action is very easy on the body, the other one slightly more difficult. And just in comparison on a split screen, I think Mark Wood himself said the other day he gets sick and tired of watching Archer bowl because he makes it look so easy. You can see the split screen and the difference in the actions. Both come out 93 mile an hour. Both would be difficult to face.
Yeah, Mark Wood with a real history of injuries. Archer's had his problems as well. He's had back injuries in the past, but Mark Wood, really the ankle and lower parts of his body that take the stress and the strain.
Yeah, reminiscent of Rocky Balboa training alongside Apollo Creed. They're sprinting along Apollo Creed, very easy, very rhythmic. Sylvester Stallone as Rocky Balboa, straining with every muscle in his body to match Apollo Creed. It's the same thing, the same result in terms of pace, but just the efficiency of Archer, his ability to surprise the batsman with that extra yard of pace. It's been exactly what England has needed.
I prefer Raging Bull, Kumar. Robert De Niro, come on.
Prefer Raging Bull too, Athers, for sure, but I remember this particular scene when they're running at, I think it was on the beach, and they're training alongside each other. Apollo Creed looked very, very graceful when he was running in minimal effort, maximum output.
We're not talking boxing anyway after the defeat of Joshua the other day. 100 up for Pakistan, 100 in the 18th over, and 100 for one is as good a start as they could have hoped for. Stokes is the man at straight mid-wicket. It's a very important position, that, for the off-spinner. The most important position, the way batsmen look to just work the ball down the ground. So you want a very good fielder there. Stokes is quick across the ground.
And not just that, Athers, he's set very, very deep. It's a flat pitch, good pace. And the batsman will be pushing through the line of the ball, so he's got two options. He can cover.
It 15% extra.
Pads. But he is a big spinner of the ball as well, and that one that brought the wicket began to drift but then held up. And that's what caused Fakhar Zaman to overbalance. Excellent bowling from Moeen. Excellent bowling, batting from Babar Azam in the last over too.
Really good captaincy as well when it comes to bowling a spinner from the right hand from Ian Morgan. Use of the wind. Extra pace as well for Moeen Ali through the air. The batsman less time to adjust.
Pitched outside leg stump. It was very straight, wasn't it? Easy game for left-handers.
Never is. There's always a bias against the left-hander. Round the wicket, left-arm bowlers, off-spinners like you saw. You see a left-hander, Moeen Ali brought into the attack. They're always hard done by. He had to make do at this.
Babar Azam, one of those players you look up and suddenly on the scoreboard he's got 20. A real class act. That was a gorgeous shot, the last ball of the previous over from Moeen Ali. The first time he really looked to play a gorgeous shot, the last ball of the previous over.
Bend of the back
from Moeen Ali. The first time he really
in the air.
Looked to play expansively, right out of the middle.
Bend of the back. That's what I like seeing every time I look at a batsman in the air. Spin well. He can play both with the spin and against the turn as well. That's what I like seeing every time I look at a batsman who plays spin well, getting as close as possible to the ball to cover that and against the turn as well. They've been brave enough. Azam just hit against the turn, and he was just getting as close as possible to the ball to cover that turn, and then been brave enough always against the turn. In the circle now until the 40th over. Spot on with that, shots like that. Bring a lot of reward. Mid off always up. Extra field in the circle now until the 40th over. Shots like that bring a lot of reward.
Good eye on England's fielding today. They were top class against South Africa at the Oval. Their analysts. Good eye on England's fielding today. They were top class against South Africa at the Oval. Their performance analysts. In recent times, in the work that the analysts do, figured that it was England's second best performance in recent times. They plus or minus score, and they're able to give Owen Morgan 35 at the end of the day at the Oval. plus or minus score, and they reckon they were about plus 35 against South Africa at the Oval. Fielder Stokes we've highlighted already with that exceptional catch in the deep. Jason Roy, who fielded the ball a moment ago at backward point, was also Stokes we've highlighted already with that exceptional catch in the deep. Jason Roy, who fielded the ball a moment
Morgan
ago
also
at
did a
backward
great
point,
job of getting the right fielders in the right positions. He had the best outfielders as boundary riders. Morgan also did a great job of getting the right fielders in the right positions. He had the sharper fielders, best outfielders as boundary riders. And the pressure was on. Oh, his quicker soft hands, sharper fielders, almost back onto his stumps. End of the 20th over, 111 for 1. Soft hands, dropped it almost back onto his stumps. End of the 20th over, 111 for 1.
First 10 overs to Pakistan. England coming back in the second 10. That is hit just wide. No, brilliant, brilliant. Chris Woakes out at long off. Thought it had gone wide of him for a moment. He made good ground, flung himself to his right and took an exceptional catch.
Just what England were looking for. A beautifully executed shot from Imamul Haq, playing with the turn, trying to go as wide as possible into that deep extra cover gap. But Chris Woakes, we're just talking about how good the England fielding has been, and that's just another example. Keeping his eyes on the ball, running full tilt, and holding on to a magnificent catch. That's a good shot, really. I thought 604, not Chris Woakes. An outstanding catch, exactly what England needed in this phase of play. They were even Stevens up to that. But right now the advantage wrested back by England as Imamul Haq goes. Pakistan lose their second, 111 for 2.
Mr. Horsfield's in a coma, one that's likely irreversible. I'm looking for my big case, and this is it. I can't make him sit up and talk. I'm helping you. You need to help me. You know what they say. You paint your masterpiece, you'll live forever.
You want another one?
First Stokes, now Woakes. England on top of their game in the field. Another brilliant catch in the deep brings England their second wicket today. Wasn't a bad shot at all. Imamul Haq was probably looking to it a little squarer, but Woakes made excellent ground here, sprinting away to his right in the deep, full length, and taking it safely in two hands. Excellent from Chris Woakes.
Excellent cricket all around, really. The batsman executing a shot as well as he possibly can. Would have been running down the track thinking, well, that's a good shot for. Woakes have different ideas. And that's also something you can tell something about the dressing room culture now when Imamul Haq goes back in as to what the reaction is going to be. Is it going to be one of castigation where they say, well, you never should have hit that shot, that's a wrong option, you shouldn't have got out? Oh. Beautifully played, soft hands, guiding it down. That's all they get. Or whether they're going to tell Imamul Haq that's a really good shot, took the right option. just bad luck. He played it well, but Wokes was just a little bit better than you thought he was. And I think that's an indication of how good a dressing room culture you have, the coaching environment, the team environment, where you're asked to commit and play positive cricket, understanding what the consequences are, but that the team backs you to make those decisions, those positive decisions that moves the game forward. That's been a big change in the England setup as well. They're allowed to go out and express themselves, allowed to make a mistake and learn from it. That's paid rich dividends for England.
Mohammad Hafiz now, 2 right-handers at the crease. Both left-handed openers done. Still no slip. Wonder whether that breeze and that drift might encourage Morgan to post a slip for Hafiz. Very positive start. That is a real statement of intent from Mohammad Hafiz.
That's a big change from their first game, pushing and prodding here. Very different mindset. They would have had a chat among themselves as to how best they play this game. It's all about positive moves, positive intent. Challenge accepted. A beautifully worked boundary. Works a single, brings the 21st over to an end. A successful one for Moeen Ali, 119 for 2.
Most runs saved. Ben Stokes is right up there, as is Chris Wokes and Jason Roy, Joe Root. So England good in the field so far. Change now. Nasser's alongside Ramils.
Thanks. At this 119 for the loss of 2, Pakistan would be looking at the progress with a lot of hope. Run rate has come down slightly from 6.5, but they're still within the range of getting a 300+ score. It's important how Hafiz plays this knock, because he can hurt you quite badly. This is a pitch tailor-made for his style of batting. Very good against spin, apt against pace on a track like this. Ever since being demoted in the middle order from being an opener, I think he's done extremely well. Provides Pakistan with variety and options with the bat in the middle phase of the innings. They generally played this shot well today, the pull shot. Nas, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I think England have misjudged conditions a little bit. They saw that game misjudged conditions a little bit. They saw that game here against the West Indies. They thought it was going to be exactly the same. I'm surprised because Owen Morgan did say yesterday. I'm surprised because Owen Morgan did say yesterday slower this surface. That he felt that it was a little bit slower this surface. Come into it with his variations. Maybe someone like Tom Curran would come into it with his variations. Vary it a little bit more, just not go with the short ball. Vary it a little bit more, just not go with the short ball all the time.
Pakistan have got their own brand, own way of getting a 300. Have got their own brand, not as punishing as, for example, England can be in getting there. But for example, England can be in getting there, but they eventually will make the mark. They'll take a lot of singles. There'll be good rotation of strike. They'll take a lot of singles. They'll be good rotation of strike for the bat ball. They'll sit in also and wait for the bat ball. For them. Wickets in hand. That's how they want to play. Wickets in hand. That's how they want to play cricket. The one-day cricket. Oh, a smash.
He's so pleasing on the eye. He will never fall behind the run rate. a few question marks when he arrives at a personal milestone maybe, but in general his strike rate is exceptional. He bats through, gets a big 100, and the others play around him.
That's into the gap. It's into the gap, and 4. Extremely well placed by Hafiz.
Yeah, another short ball. And just on the line of Stokes. Stokes' angle is always coming in. He's a bit cross with the 2 fielders out there. But because of the angle coming in, it is so much easier to get it behind square. And hence Bairstow had a lot of work to do.
He wanted more from the 2 fielders in the deep, but beautifully placed by Hafiz. Slices it for a run after a very promising start here. 11 he is, 12 now from 6, 128 for 2.
Let the games begin. With more issues.
I'm just saying, you are dealing with the devil.
I deal with the devil once a year. I hand him his Father's Day card and then I walk out. More laughs. I am an awesome, brilliant therapist.
In my clinical opinion, you're stupid.
More Charlie. We gotta do this on a regular basis. Anger management.
Two right-handers at the crease, so time to bring on your leg spinner. Spin away from the range of the right-handers. It's still got to be given an attacking role here. Adil Rashid can't ask him to bowl flat. He's got good variations. He gets the leg spin to spin these days, so he's improved a lot as a leg spinner.
Yeah, Pakistan played him well in the bilateral series. They lost 4-0, but their batting and the way they played Rashid was excellent. Rashid will bowl a lot of wrong-uns, even to the right-hander. He bowls a lot of balls out the front of the hand to the right-hander. There is a slip-in, Joe Root, I think it is. Surprised Stokes isn't there. Maybe it's because he's bowling. Stokes is the better catcher. It's Root.
They're asking him to go hard through the offside. There's a deep point, not a deep cover fielder. That is because he goes with a flatter trajectory. He doesn't really flight the ball all the time. Yeah, that's his mode of operation. Hit the deck hard, get something out of it.
Play off the back foot very well. Pakistan batsman, if you go back to the great Inzamam ul Haq, who used to pull the spinners off that back foot. Rashid can't be too short here. He's got to get the batters coming forward.
Stylishly done. I was at the nets yesterday watching Pakistan go through the drills. It was raining when they were batting in the nets, and all were struggling except for him, Babar. He had extra time really to play, and he's playing them so easily off the front foot, off the back foot. Hallmark of a good batsman.
Yeah, the other thing with Babar, it's like a few batsmen nowadays. England have one, Joe Root. Every time he bats, you look up and Root is 30 not out. I mean, they just don't get out for none or 2 or 3. Every time they bat, they get a score. Batting's not supposed to be that easy. Consistent players. Babar's another one. Probably a kiss of death now.
Doesn't play a lot of balls in the air. That could be another reason why he and Joe Root are consistent, both in the same mold. Looking to play the drives along the ground. Good, decent rotation of strike keeps them going. They quietly sneak up on you. Almost handed a catch to the man at short mid-wicket, and Morgan feels that one nicely. 132 for 2.
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया है. बॉल्स हैं कम और रन ज्यादा. 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more.
Pitch.
Pakistan would be decently happy with the progress so far. 132 for the loss of 2. This is another important partnership brewing. Babar on 28, Hafiz on 14. For a batsman who's got a lot of range, I think it's an unnecessary fiddle at that line.
Completely agree. All he can do with that ball is nick it straight to Butler, the keeper. He's only going to get one for it. Butler, the keeper. He's only going to get one cutting that hard pass backward point, Jason Roy. Such a good pitch. He's better off just using his hands and back cutting it hard.
He's got the ability to beat that feel at mid-off and mid-on. I think that could be another area where he can target the bowler.
Problem for Pakistan here, Amiz, is that they're playing against England. They know on this ground England have chased down 444. Against them, they know that 300 might not be enough. Probably won't be. So how hard do they go? How early do they go? Against another side, you may just rein it in a little bit.
It's a thought that you carry whilst you're batting out there. It's a very uneasy thought.
Do you play the conditions and the pitch? This is a 320 pitch. Or do you play the opposition? This is a 360 opposition. That's going to be in the back of their minds.
Yeah, got to maintain that cushion. Somebody to play at Hafiz's pace. Someone to go at 155 strike rate and get a good quality 70 or 80. Almost a soft dismissal, trying to once again slice the ball through square. Better off really driving at that one. Field is up. 3 men in the ring on the offside. Easily have beaten them.
No foot movement at all. I was wondering whether he was expecting a short ball. Just hanging back. Stokes threw it up there.
Little quicker this time. Little variations working for England. Little quicker this time. I thought Wood ball little variations were exactly that for England. England had a very good pair in Moeen and Wood. 4 overs, none for 13, and we saw the entire range. The Yorker laying for slow balls, the thunderbolts, and Moeen bowled at a tight line and laying, so it worked perfectly for England. He's over just 2 from it. 134 for the loss of 2 Pakistan.
आपका एसी तो सिर्फ जेब ही ठंडी करता है, इसीलिए लगाएं वेल इन्वर्ट्रॉन एसी, जिसका बिगेस्ट इंडोर यूनिट 8++ टेक्नोलॉजी और हाईएस्ट एफिशिएंसी रेशियो से कमाल की सेविंग और कूलिंग। वेल इन्वर्ट्रॉन एसी, ठंडक और सेविंग्स लूट लो। वेल, चेंज योर लाइफ।
मैच काफी इंटेंस हो गया। बॉल्स कम और रन ज्यादा। 5 balls and 9 runs needed.
Gooch.
A few extras would help.
7 World Cup.
Share more this cricket season with
semi-finals. Fortunate enough to play with Graham. India all round the Essex and England. One of the great England cricketers. Wankhede Stadium. Outstanding player. I was fortunate enough to play with Graham. Essex and
big
England.
Shot, it's a skyer. That could be end of Hafiz.
Lovely man.
Big shot, it's a skyer. That's could be the end of Hafiz. Better.
Well, England have taken some amazing catches in this World Cup. The only thing you can say was the sun in his eyes. He didn't have his shades on. Amazing shades on his cap. You can see there in this World Cup. Only thing you can say was the sun in his eyes. He didn't have his shades on. He had his shades on his cap. You can see there. And Wokes looked at Roy. Roy looked in the sun.
This was beautifully played by England. Big introducing leg spin to Hafiz, who wanted to go after him. A skyer. Well, this was beautifully played by England. Big introducing leg spin to Hafiz, who wanted to go after him. A skyer. And we know at times these catches Weight under the ball, the more tense you can get as a fielder are difficult to handle because you're supposed to catch them. The longer you wait under the ball, the more tense you can get as a fielder. Playing against the spin, you're supposed to catch them. Jason Roy is such a terrific fielder in the rain. He took a lot of risks. He runs playing against the spin, judging that completely. Jason Roy is such a terrific fielder in the rain.
He's an odd fielder, Jason Roy, because he will do some brilliant things, and then occasionally he does this. As I say, the sunglasses on the hat, because he will do some brilliant things on the eyes, and then occasionally he does this. Look at the reaction. As I say, the sunglasses on the hat, that's out. It's not. On the eyes. Look at the reaction.
Good bowling from Adil Rashid, keeping it nice and tight, frustrating the batsman. I think Pakistan are expecting an easy passage here. Good bowling from Adil Rashid, keeping it nice and tight, frustrating the batsman. I think Pakistan are expecting an easy passage here. Want to dominate, have your best fielders patrolling the fence at long off and long on. England thought they had a very good one in Jason Roy. Patrolling the fence at long off and long on. England thought they had a very good one in Jason Roy. Slip's gone. Last ball of the over. Slip's gone. Last ball of the over. 7 from the over. Good one for Pakistan this time. It's 2 down for 141.
आपका एसी तो सिर्फ जेब
7 from the over. Good one for Pakistan this time. It's 2 down for 141.
Biggest indoor unit, a triple plus technology और highest efficiency ratio दे कमाल की saving और cooling. Bell inverter and 9 runs savings. Loot लो.
A few extras
change your life.
Share more this cricket season with 50% extra or runs zyada. 5 balls and 9 runs needed.
Just letting him know.
A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with
Very good beginning by Pakistan with the bat. Imam got a 44, Fakhr got a 36, and this partnership is now worth 30. Very good beginning by Pakistan with the bat. Imam got a 44, Fakhr got a 36, and this partnership is now worth 30 of 30. Fast and disciplined. Wood bowl an outstanding spell. Do you think England would be looking for wickets at this stage, Nas, or looking to just be a little disciplined and starve Pakistan would be looking for wickets at this stage, Nas, or looking to just be a little disciplined and starve Pakistan at rotation of strike and big shots?
What they're missing is strike rate in the middle overs since the last World Cup is right up there with the best in the world. Left him out 4 wood, and Stokes hasn't bowled that much in this phase. Right up there with the best in the world. They left him out 4 wood, and Stokes hasn't bowled that much nowadays. You in this phase. Continue to take wickets. That's the only thing that's going to stop the run rate, especially on this ground. Nowadays, you need to continue to take wickets. Has done well. So someone else has to step up now, especially on this ground. Morgan and Rashid. That's what Plunkett has done well. So someone else has to step up now, and to be fair to Morgan and Rashid, if Roy had taken that, they would have had a wicket.
Picture of Nas and yours truly. In stark difference with the quite full picture of Nas and yours truly.
Can I borrow some of yours?
In stark difference with the quite full.
Can I borrow some of yours?
Got to be careful of Babar Azam because he can be effective in such a situation. Got to be careful of Babar Azam because to a start he can be effective in such a situation is because it's got the ability to get you 100. It may not be a lightning 100, but enough to serve the cause of the ability to get you 100. It may not be a lightning 100, but enough to serve the cause of the scored 100 against Pakistan against England last time they played. Scored 100 again. Should give him a bit of lift. Jason Roy throwing the ball hard into the turf. Still reeling from the effects of that. Should give him a bit of lift. Jason Roy throwing the ball hard into the turf. Still reeling from the effects of that mishandled, misjudged catch. You were an excellent fielder yourself, Nas. What do you do if you go through such a torrid 5 minutes or 3 minutes as a fielder. Do if you go
have
through
to try and put it behind you, really.
Such
very difficult. Dropping
5
a
minutes
catch
or 3
hurts
minutes
you more
as
than
a
anything
fielder.
because the batter have to try and put it behind you. Runs every boundary. You look at the bowler's face. Dropping a catch hurts you more than anything. Just having a chat. Maybe it was the way that Roy threw that every boundary. You look at the bowler's face. Maybe throwing the ball into the ground. Just having a chat. Maybe it was the way that Roy threw that fielding sides. England maybe throwing the ball into the ground. Umpires get very fidgety when fielding sides try and change the condition of the ball by throwing it into the turf.
Push back because you've got a set man in Babar Azam, so easy single take, and that's good cricket by Pakistan. Fielders a push back because you've got a set man in Babar. Semblance of balance and play within the parameters for a little while before you go overs if they are. That'll happen also in the last 10 or 15 overs if they're wickets in hand. Pakistan would be hoping at this being the World Cup stage. Pakistan would be hoping at this being the World Cup stage. So instead of a 340, maybe a 310 or a 320 total. Instead of a 340, maybe a 310 or a 320 total. Test England. Hoping for a stage fright. Hoping for a stage fright. 5 runs from the over, 146 for the loss of 2 wickets. 5 runs from the over, 146 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Balls hai kam, match काफी intense हो गया है. 5 balls and 9 runs needed और runs ज़्यादा. A few extras would help and 9 runs needed. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
Jason Roy topped it. But the writing on the wall. He just couldn't believe his luck as well. Hoodwinked the batsman with a lovely leg spin. He just couldn't believe his luck as well. Hoodwinked the batsman with a lovely leg spin. Almost got the desired result. Shortened the lane. Almost got the desired result. It's been a glorious day, great for cricket. Got a pitch where it's been a glorious day, great for cricket. Got a pitch that's over the top for 4. Easily done, beautifully managed. That's over the top for 4. Easily done, beautifully managed.
150 comes up for Pakistan. Got closer to it. 150 comes up for Pakistan. Hafiz was a distance away from it, and that's why he top-edged it. Was a distance away from it, and that's why he got a little bit closer to it and hit it over mid-on. Barber got a little bit closer to it and hit it over mid-on.
It's a difficult angle to execute, but because he got to the pitch of the ball, difficult angle to execute, but because he got to the pitch of the ball and opened himself ever so slightly to get that angle. Goes big again, it's bigger and mightier for six. Goes big again, it's bigger and mightier for six.
Pretty good bowling from Rashid. This time, pretty good bowling. Didn't get that close to it. It dipped on him, and for a millisecond deceived him. It dipped on him, and for a millisecond deceived him. His hands got him out of trouble. He's got such good hands. And he smashed it away. His hands got him out of trouble, and he smashed it away. Brilliant striking of the ball. Mid-on now goes back to long on. Brilliant striking of the ball. Mid-on now goes back to long on.
There's no hesitation. Backed himself and got there. He went through the shot. There's no hesitation. Backed himself and
now
got
he's got to sit back because there is only one man out square of the wicket leg side. Now he's got to sit back because there is only one man out to drag down the wicket leg side. He can cut and pull. That's going to be the key. Rashid has to be full to drag down. Have to cut and pull. That's going to be the key. Rashid has to be full. But a drift in. Pakistan have to cut and pull. It's good bowling from Rashid, but a drift in.
I think with that kind of field set, he can offer a bit more flight. So I think with that kind of field set, he can offer a bit more flight. The field allows him to experiment a bit more. There'll be few variations from him. The field allows him to experiment a bit more. That's a very good comeback. 3 dots on the trot. That's a very good comeback. 3 dots on the trot. Good res on the ball. Nice line. Targeting the stumps. Good res on the ball. Nice line. Targeting the stumps. Put away into the gap. Another 4. moves on to 49. Excellent batting by another 4. 160 for the loss of 2. To 49. Excellent batting by Baba. 160 for the loss of 2.
Balls mein kam aur runs zyada. Match ka 5 balls and 9 runs needed. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
At long last, a skyscraper for Pakistan, and it was a very good last over for them. 14 runs came. Babar Azam just a single away from a fantastic 50s. Looked so good and pleasing on the eye. Very rhythmic player. 160 for the loss of 2. Got Ian Ward and Kumar Sangakkara to take up the commentary.
Thanks, Ramiz. And a return for Jofra Archer, who was pacey and got some bounce in his first spell, but the 2 openers went at him. Marginally expensive. But the final delivery of the last over was exactly what Nasser Hussain was talking about and predicting. Field was changed. Rashid had to be full, couldn't afford a drag down. Picked the length so quickly. Barber put it away comfortably. Very, very fine batting. So England need a wicket, and they've turned to the new boy, Jofra Archer. Oh, that's a beauty. 88 miles an hour, a little bit of nip away, a perfect length. Effortless pace, wonderful wrist position. Slower one on that occasion from Jofra. These are historically, certainly the last 3 or 4 years, where Liam Plunkett would have been operating for England with his cross seamers. Plunkett omitted from the side today. The pace of Mark Wood. Quick but wide. Archer doesn't agree, but it's in the book, and that's the 50 partnership. Quick but wide. Archer doesn't agree, but it's in the book, and that's the 50 partnership. Do you sense England's frustration in this game? Do you sense England's frustration in this game? They've really come at them hard. Position batting unit really come at them hard. Still thinking about that wide called by Murray Erasmus, but the umpire got it right. Still thinking about that wide called by Murray Erasmus, but the umpire got it right. A Slurry. 50 now for Barber. Very, very fine innings. Job only half done, perhaps not even that. 50 now for Barber. Very, very fine innings. Job only half done, perhaps not even that. What do you reckon? But a good start.
Yeah, I think it's just a good solid partnership here. That's what they need. Best to get himself out. Yeah, I think it's on the leg spinner, but solid Azam. He's the kind of batsman who almost flies under the radar. Just his best to really get himself out. First delivery from the leg spinner, but Babar Azam. He's the kind of batsman who almost flies under the radar. Just gaps. Really notice him scoring the bowlers. Very good against spin. His outstanding record as the 28th over ends, 165. Just the pace of the bowlers. Very good against spin.
Match काफी intense हो गया.
Outstanding record as the 28th over ends, 165 for 2.
5 balls and 9 runs. Match काफी intense हो गया. A few extras would help. Balls come. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra. A few extras would help. Share more this cricket season with 15% extra.
65 for 2, a half century for Babar Azam, his 13th partnership of 54. 65 for 2, a half century for Babar Azam, his 13th partnership of 54. Babar Azam is on course for his 10th 100 in ODI cricket. It'll be an opportune moment for him to put runs on the board for his 10th 100 in ODI cricket. Bounce back after what happened. Be an opportune moment for him to just the television runs on the board. Radio media here at Trent Bridge and covering the World Cup. What happened against West Indies. Press and online. Just the television and radio media here at Trent Bridge and covering the World Cup. What we're commentating from online content. A lot of cricket. Howls beneath us. We're commentating from Rashid. A lot of cricket. Certainly the English journos. Travel everywhere.
It's ball well, Rashid. Both the spinners have balled quite well. Encouraging signs for Pakistan to see that there is a bit of turn and hold. Spinners have balled quite well. They have their own spinners. Encouraging signs for Pakistan to see that there is a bit of turn and hold. They have their own spinners to try and get into the game. Impressive right from the time he started for Pakistan. Babar Azam has been impressive right from a bit of drift. Time he started away for Pakistan. Good fielding. Wrong line. It's also nice to see conventional drift swept away. Play conventional cricket and score at this rate. It's also nice to see conventional Babar Azam's role to play conventional cricket long and bat deep into the innings. Let all the stroke makers bat around him. Babar Azam's role to come in and bat long and bat deep into the innings. Let all the stroke makers bat around him. After time for Pakistan. He's been so effective with his technique and his game plan. Time after time
here at Trent Bridge earlier in the summer in that bilateral series, and he played some fantastic shots. 100 against England here at Trent Bridge earlier in the summer in that bilateral series, and he played some fantastic fine player to watch shots. But as you say, Sangha, proper cricket shots. You know, they weren't inventive; they were just shots of pure class and balance and poise like that. Bairstow is particularly quick player to watch. Oh, outstanding! He is a sensational athlete, so quick across the ground, brilliant arm, and he's a wicket-keeper. Like that.
All wicket-keepers are sublime athletes.
Oh, outstanding.
So true.
He's a
naturally made that
sensational athlete, so quick across the ground,
of me
brilliant arm, and he's a wicket-keeper.
All wicket-keepers are sublime athletes.
Why is that? It's so true.
We naturally made that batting here. First. Although you wouldn't have said the same of me fielding in the outfield. There are high scores scored on this. Outstanding commitment. That pressure is always on you batting first. Which total are we going to be comfortable with batting here? How much is enough first to be safe from this England batting lineup? You know that there are high scores scored on this pitch. That pressure is always on you batting first. Which total are we going to be comfortable with? How much is enough to be safe from this England batting lineup?
I'm looking for my big case, and this is it. I can't make him sit up and talk. I'm helping you.
70 for 2.
Our princess, Catherine of Aragon.
God will help you with the priest. Only then can I protect.
You know what they say. Paint your masterpiece.
What will happen?
You'll live forever.
You are his brother's widow. It is forbidden. I came here to forge an alliance with England, and that is what I'll do.
You're flinging yourself around on hard outfields and half squares. Hard squares, that's so you can stick to the sheets at night. You get those scabs on your hips and everything. Turn over yourself around on hard outfields and half squares. Hard squares, that's so you can stick to the sheets at night. You get those scabs on your hips and everything.
That's the nature of the bowling game. You have to be a good fielder, no matter a fast bowler, a spinner, a batsman. Your work is never done until you've completed your 50 overs. That's the nature of the modern game. It's got to be at the highest intensity fielder, no matter a fast bowler, a spinner, a batsman. With Babar Azam's game has just been that trying to guide it too fine down to third man. It's got out caught behind, and it's got many times trying to do that. I'd much rather that he gets behind. One of the issues the line of Babar Azam's game has just been that trying to guide it too fine down to third man. He's got out caught behind.
I think he might have got his
trying to do that. I'd much rather that he gets behind the line of the ball as Jofra Archer lets the ball go a bit too early.
On occasions take those pockets. I think he might have got his thumb or something caught in his pocket. There.
Quite fussy fast bowlers, aren't they? Times.
Spin bowlers on occasions take those pockets up, actually.
Quite fussy fast bowlers, aren't they? Times.
They're taking some fantastic catches, but this is a rarity from Jason Roy. Normally very, very secure under the high ball. They have taken one good catch, and that was Chris Wokes. Come up at just under 90 miles an hour, but to the naked eye that looked quicker.
It did. It's such a good pitch that you don't have to worry about the ball really keeping low off that length. You can just move out of the way. I love the way Babar Azam left it. It just goes to show that he's looking to actually hit the short ball, play it first, and only then pulling out of it at the last possible instant. That's the best way to play short bowling. Never think about ducking first. Positive option first, just like that. Another short ball, it beautifully into the gap again. Good coverage by Adil Rashid, keeping it to 2. But that intent has been the hallmark of the Pakistan batting innings today. They've been roughed up by the West Indies using that short ball. But today, they've come out here, they haven't looked jaded. They've looked to score right from ball 1. That's the only way they are going to build a total here that'll be challenging for England.
Morgan will shy at the stumps and hit direct. Going to have a look upstairs. I think the batsman is probably safe.
Thank you. TV umpire director, umpire review for run out. Can you give me a best side on angles, please? Okay, thank you. I made my decision. My decision is not out on the big screen. Not out. Repeat, not out.
Big cheers from the Pakistan contingent in the crowd here at Trent Bridge. Excellent fielding, but comfortably home. Wonder with Jofra Archer, he possesses such a potent Yorker. Maybe cricket back guitar has been a feature at all the grounds. Talented boys out there. He's grooving. She to start his 5th over. 21 to 30. Babar Azam has been excellent for Pakistan. To pick up on your point, Kumar, I agree. I would have liked
more yards of pace, and also if reverse swing comes into play, it could be a factor. Probably if reverse swing does come in and you're bowling, trying to bowl in swingers to the right hander, you'll probably bowl from the pavilion end, but with the new ball they've got some swing as well back into a lefty.
thrown up. He invited the hit. Thrown up. He's taken up that invitation and plonked it for 6. He's taken up that invitation and plonked it for 6.
Just a much better length to execute that shot straight down the ground. Short boundary as well. To execute that shot straight down the ground. To look to hit boundary as well. Rashid bowling quicker through the air. Want to look to hit. Rashid bowling good to see that. The air. Earlier mistake Mohammad Hafiz made. Dropped by Jason Roy. Mohammad Hafiz made. Dropped by Jason Roy. Has
Now pulls away as Rashid tries the googly and drops short. Really are being put under enormous pressure here. Full 6, short 4. Full 6, short 4.
But that usually happens to spinners. You ball to hit for 6, immediately drag your leg down. Immediately drag your leg down. Just a bit too short. Just a bit too short. Picking up variation and the length. Picking up variation and the length really quickly. Hitting it well in front of the deep in wicket fielder. Next option is, can he work a single rotate strike? Still look for the boundary if it's a loose ball. Still look for the boundary if it's a loose ball. Keep that scoreboard ticking over. Get on the bowler under more pressure. Scoreboard ticking over and the bowler under more pressure.
Out the front of the hand and quicker.
It's definitely the length you want to bowl. It's definitely the length you want to bowl. Too far up to the back. Just short enough, pushing the batsman onto that. Just short enough, pushing the batsman onto that.
Thrown up again and hacked leg side. Thrown up again and on the ground to Moeen Ali, 189 for 2. On the ground to Moeen Ali, 189 for 2.
Mr. Arfield's in a coma, one that's likely irreversible. I'm looking for my big case, and this is it. I can't make him stop. I'm helping you.
It is forbidden.
You know what they say. Hey, paint your masterpiece. You'll live forever.
I came here to forge an alliance with England. That's what I'll do.
For Archer's comeback has been brief, just a couple of overs that went for 11. Has been brief, just a couple of overs that went for 11. They need to break this partnership of 78. They need to break this partnership of 78. Paceman pushing up into this stiff breeze. Again, the paceman pushing up into this stiff breeze. Quite a few little discussions between senior players out there. And Josh Butler has been influential in some of these chats. And just fretting a wee bit. Throw, and a good dive.
A little bit slow on the turn, Mohammad Hafiz. They call him the Professor. His 4th World Cup. Very experienced. With his experience, I'm sure he'll know he'll have to get this partnership to that 35th over. From then onwards, you have 5 more on the turn, Mohammad Hafiz, and then he can take Professor his 4th more aggressive role. Very experienced. Try and drive that total upwards. Babar Azam. With his experience, I'm sure he'll know he'll have to get this partnership to that 35th over. Still younger than me. You have 5 more overs of field restrictions, and then he can take on a more aggressive role and try and drive that total upwards. Babar Azam
to the left around of England's captain. Slow on the turn. He's 38. Give him a break.
I agree with you on the point you made. 100% about England fretting a little bit and having a few meetings here. Just with the field set as it is.
Oh, just to the left of England's captain.
They really don't have fielders in actual catching positions. About short England fretting a little bit and having a few meetings here. Just with the field set as it is. 5 to 10 more yards. Have him stationary, looking for a catch, because that's an area that Mohammad Hafiz likes to play in the actual catching positions, and the short mid-wicket to me is such a crucial position. Get him up a few yards, be a catching opportunity, so yards, having station, manufacture a wicket rather than just waiting for a mistake from the Pakistani an area that Mohammad Hafiz likes to play in the air.
On another point as well, if Morgan and Root, who's at extra cover, come in a little tighter, that slightly narrows the angle.
Catching opportunity, so to try and manufacture a wicket rather than just waiting for a mistake from the Pakistani batsman.
Cut the angle. Agree with you on that front.
They had a
point
very
as well. If Morgan and
different
Root,
feel for Fakhar Zaman when he was batting, because he hits the ball really hard, so had the extra cover and mid-wicket on the circle. Very frustrated.
Get in there.
Batsman
acts as a more
bowling, looking for that LBW. Mark Wood holding in on those pads and stumps.
Got to stay a little bit wider deeper with the ring preservation and give themselves time. Great catch from applicable with these Chris Wokes. But the power. Jason Roy put down a very simple chance. This was it. Rarity for him. 5 for 1. 65 for 1. And that was 10 spell. Over. Good from Pakistan. Good from Pakistan. Right, sliding. Oh, another shot at the start.
rhythmic when it comes to synchronizing with space. The pace of the ball off the pitch pace can be really, really effective. With space, you need the fielders in positions to catch. Really, really effective. You need the fielders in positions to catch.
.32 gone, 7 runs from that over, 196 runs from that over, 196 for a drink. Players will pause for a drink.
Mr. Horsfield's in a coma, one that's likely irreversible. I'm looking for my big case, and this is it. I can't make him sit up and talk. I'm helping you. You need to help me.
You know what they say. You paint your masterpiece, you'll live forever.
We welcome you to Monday Night Raw! Get ready, WWE Universe. You gotta be kidding me! We are just getting started here. This is what Monday Night Raw is all about. Welcome everyone to SmackDown Live!
This is the land.
Bees is 38. Bees is 38. Pakistan 190 and 92 overs. 32. Box. We are blessed to have one. Box. We are blessed to have won the all-time greats.
So to England. So to England. Pakistan players here, millions dancing in absolute joy.
Which was the better delivery? The one to get rid of Lamb, or the one to get rid of Lamb, or the one to get rid of Lewis?
It's hard to choose one over the other. One over the other. What a legend. What a legend. Absolutely a magician with the ball. Magician with the ball. Played him only once or twice in one-day cricket. I think he got me out once with a Yorker with a new ball.
Kisher and Wakar was at Surrey for a long period of time. Was at Surrey for a long period of time. Richards affiliation with Somerset. Joel Garner affiliation. Overseas came and stayed. Overseas came and stayed. Moeen Ali changed now. Moeen Ali
would have been a great learning experience for so many of the county players as well. Imran Prime Minister of Pakistan used to say that it was a finishing school for international cricketers as well in terms of learning their trade, and honing their skills, but also for the local county players. What an experience!
Sussex, Imran Khan, Courtney Walsh, Sussex, so many years down. Courtney Walsh, so many years down. Gloucestershire. Back in the day, counties could have 2 overseas but only play 1. So you ended up with one of them in the second. So you ended up with one of them in the second. As Lancashire. Patrick Patterson was running in. Patrick Patterson was running in. I mean, what are you on about?
Against Patrick Patterson. I've heard the story against Patrick Patterson. I've heard that you could see all the studs on his front foot pointing straight down the said it was absolutely scary. The fastest bowler he said he ever faced. The fastest bowler he said he ever faced was Patrick Patterson.
Jeffrey Dujon was speaking to me this winter, and Jeffrey Dujon was speaking to me this winter in the Caribbean about one spelly bowled against the Australian. He said MCG. The umpires are into frightening. The umpires are into throwing the ball repeatedly, throwing the ball repeatedly. But they're also going to have a little review. They're also going to have a little review because the ball was hitting the stumps. What are they going to hitting the stumps? What are they going to do?
Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Okay. Thank you. It was well inside. Can you put not out on the big screen? Repeat not out on the big screen.
It's been a the obvious decision made. It's a slow passage of play, body. Got to liven it up somehow. Create some excitement.
Mention pace as a batsman. What pace do you start really thinking about and having to adjust the way you play? You know, 80 miles an hour, 85, you sort of play all your shots without fear or limitation. But at what point does it get, that's a bit quick, and I've got to just lower expectations a wee bit. On the ground. Wokes has already taken a good one. Takes another good one. Very safe pair of hands. Very important time for England to strike it. Big wicket. Azam goes.
Yeah, that is poor position from Babar Azam. Tried to hit it into the gap again. Much better serve. Playing with aggression and clear the boundary rather than being too cute. Dragging it across the ball, holding a little bit in terms of line. Great contact, a great catch from Vokes again. Exactly what England wanted. The third wicket. Pakistan had everything to play for here. The best of positions. Fortunately, Babar Azam goes for 63. 199 for 3.
Howard, your other is out there right now. Erasing you from existence.
There are people hiding among us.
Let me worry about that. Into swarm.
The batsman crossed, so Pakistan's non-strikers end. The non-strikers face the last delivery of the 33rd over. $200 comes up. 200 comes up. 200 for 3 from 33.
Case, and this is it.
I'm just saying, you are dealing with the devil.
I deal with the devil once a year. I hand him his Father's Day card and then I walk out.
More laughs.
And time it and hit it hard enough to clear the line. He's just trying to work that ball into the gap, but straight down the line towards the scoreboard would have been a much shorter hit. Would have been an easy 6 for him. Unfortunately, not to be. Mark Wood, you asked me that question a while ago. What about pace in it? what pace do you really start to worry? Actually, I found that bowlers bowling slower than the mid 90 mile an hour mark, or under the 90 mile an hour mark. Actually find it more difficult because you have more time to kind of think. And as the pace goes up, it's almost self-preservation. You watch the ball closer, you clear your mind of everything else. It's all about watching the ball and getting your back to it. Use the pace to score runs. And just like that, with that particular delivery, a slow bowler that tried to catch up with the hands and actually ended up nicking it. Whereas a faster bowler, by the time you think, or even kind of try to move your hands, the ball's already past you. So in a way, that extra pace can be quite beneficial in terms of decision making. Just to muscle memory take over.
Fastest spell you faced?
Shoaib. And the hardest because you never got a sighter of the ball. Brett Lee was quick, but it's a beautiful action, very conventional. So he saw the ball.
He's seen that one. And he's seen that beautifully and timed it beautifully and placed it beautifully. Such was the power and the time that Bairstow couldn't stop it.
Exactly what we're talking about as well. Just using the pace. The quicker the ball, you don't have the ball too hard. You can actually guide it just like that. Swivel with it. Use the pace and the angles. It always has enough pace to beat the fielders. Shoaib was a nightmare to face. Just could not get a clear sight. Ball. Mark Wood again, very conventional, very Job Raj to the same.
Slight hesitation, but actually they get through. Okay. Even though the stumps have been hit direct. Archer. 92 miles an hour. 2.5.
A little bit of tail in with the breeze, a little bit of reverse maybe. Immediately understand the tactics that Ian Morgan and Mark Wood have spoken about. Jofraj a little bit slow on the take, as fast bowlers usually are, resting after a long spell. Push the batsman back with the bumper and then come right up there looking for the LBW and ball.
Sarfraz is away. He was very, very deep in his crease then. Was both feet inside the popping crease. Set to play that shot. It wasn't like he took a step back to play it. He was just there, waiting, deep. Wood goes for the Yorker. Ends up being a full toss. Just a matter of getting the bat on the ball. And it's going to race away for 4. 210 for 3 after 34. And 50 for Hafiz.
Forward against England, averaging 63.
Yeah, he's got a very fine rotation of strikes, Sarfraz. It's not a big six-hitter, but he'll keep on doing that decent rotation of strike and exposing the strike back to Hafiz, who's batted beautifully. The advantage that you get with Hafiz is that he'll get you runs at a proper, good strike rate.
Hesitation. Jason Roy again. He hangs his head.
Hafiz is right in arguing with the skipper because it was his call. The ball had gone to mid-on. Jason Roy, another miss in the field. What's happening?
In and out this time. Sprints to the ball. A disciplined performance from England in that first match against South Africa. Needed to take it cleanly, get it into Jos Buttler, would have been gone.
Clearly a cry of anguish, so close of giving England another breakthrough. Fielding is such an important aspect at this phase of the innings because a good run out, a decent catch can turn the tide in your favour.
Well bowled from Moeen Ali, saw him come in, just dropped his length. Bowled on average a little bit slower today. Kilometres an hour, just a bit less than that today, about 87. But yeah, just going back to fielding, so disciplined in that first match. They held all their catches, good across the ground. That stunning catch from Ben Stokes, throws in, were over the top of the stumps. Safe. Gets over Rashid and will also go for 4. At the end of the over, it's 218 for 3. A little bit more inexperienced Asif Ali, but he is a strong power hitter. Shadab Khan also very effective with the bat. Moeen Ali has had a good day, 3 wickets for 47. Mark Wood and Stokes been keeping it under 5s. Plenty of experience to come with Shoaib Malik. A little bit more inexperienced Asif Ali, but he is a strong power hitter. Shadab Khan also very effective with the, been keeping it under 5s.
Because he is not as effective against pace as he's against the off spinners and the leg spinners. And here's an example of why he's out there. He'll keep on teasing you, punching you with shots like that. Played the field beautifully.
Well bowled, can't get underneath that one. Sarfraz has got 2 men up, straight. He's searching to go straight down the ground. Short boundaries here at Trent Bridge.
Right, and looking a bit greedy, Sarfraz, because there's that invite of mid-on and mid-off, and you can, if you get the length, and if you play with a positive intent and mindset, which has got to be that exactly for Pakistani skipper, you can achieve a result, a good result.
We were talking about the wicket keeping of Jos Buttler and how good he has been, especially with this stumpy of Fakhar Zaman. He starts off wide so he can get a good sighter. Great width of the legs to give him a good base. Look at that black line from heel to knee to the head. You want to maintain that line from the hip to the head as closely as possible to that. If it becomes too vertical, that's when your head gets pushed back and you get off to a really bad position. Keeping is about the legs doing all the work for you. So the legs lift you up, your buttocks come off, but your head position has to stay as close as possible to the gloves. And that's excellent work by Jos Buttler. Sometimes as a wicket keeper, You think too much about your hands and not enough about your body position. And the moment your upper body gets too vertical, that's when you push hard with your hands, you lose control of your gloves, and you make a lot of mistakes. But here, just great positioning allows give the gloves quicker to the stumps.
Strong quads, strong glutes. Lovely bit of analysis there, and another midfield. So a little bit sloppy from England today. Perhaps a bit too eager to the ball. You never mean to make him midfield. James Vince on the field.
The 12th man. What did he do wrong? Just took it very casually. Hoping it's going to be an easy pick up and throw. Can't take things for granted. Absolutely not in this game.
We'll see what he's trying to do. Just bring it back into the right hander. Just straying in line on this occasion. Maybe even search for some reverse.
Just a bit scruffy. Where they need to be on the ball more. Look to get the disciplines right. Can mar the contest. You got to go out there in the break thinking that they can do this quite easily. Not break thinking that they can do this quite easily. Chances. Mourn about the fielding chances and the fielding lapses.
5 runs coming from the over, 223 for 3. From the over, 223 for 3.
Plenty of examples that'll frustrate the captain today. This was a sitter, Jason Roy amongst the best, and then a run-out chance missed as well. Both batsmen were handshaking distance in the middle of the pitch. Another scruffy effort in the outfield. It's just not worked today for England in the field.
You'll live forever.
On a clear day, they've looked just a little bit muddled in their thinking.
Gorgeous views here at Trent Bridge. Sun's been shining all day long. Just a reminder. Another misfield. It's contagious. Rameez. It's contagious.
Stokes. Yeah, can you believe it? Overran that one. Can you believe it? Overran that one.
Sometimes it can be contagious. You see it. Sometimes it can be contagious. You see it. Sometimes you're thinking about it too much when it does come to you. Eager to put pressure on the batsman. Sometimes your head comes up. Your head comes up. There's 2 misses. Jason Roy when there's 2 misses. Hafiz was on 14, the drop catch, and then Hafiz was on 14, the Hafiz as well, and then the miss run down the track as well. Halfway down the track.
With Hafiz as a runner, you should be taxed as a fielding sack because he only worry you for a run. Maxime is only worry you for a run. Maxime is not enough at this stage of his career. He's 38 enough at this stage of his career. He's 38 to tax you for a couple of quick runs. The issue with Sarfraz is at this stage, 12 ball 11 is not what Pakistan 12 ball 11 is not what Pakistan need. Fire things up. You need to fire things up.
Gets across his stumps. Sets the base, gets it away. Sets the base, get up and underneath that for 6. Get up and underneath that for 6. That's what he's searching for.
Things to look at when you're assessing Pakistan. When you're assessing Pakistan with the bat, their inability to go for big shots, the power play, go for big shots. The power hitting zone is a bit weak compared to the other side. Confusion. At this stage, a team like England would be absolutely the foot on the accelerator. 226 foot on the accelerator. 226 foot.
Mr. Arsfield's in a coma.
Your other is out there right now.
I'm looking for my big case, and this is it. I can't make it. I'm helping you.
There are people hiding among us.
Let me worry about that. Swore.
You know what they say. Paint your masterpiece. You'll live forever.
Just the odd bit of subtle turn. Just the odd bit of subtle turn. When required. Excellent figures. Excellent figures. Chris Wokes will come back into the attack. Chris Wokes will come back into the attack. 4 overs. 32 worst performance in the first 10 in England. Performance in the first 10 in England. Emily picks up wickets and keeps things pretty tight up top. Keeps things pretty tight up top. Get loads of assistance from the surface. Generally now this is the period. Generally now this is the period where banging into the wicket. Cutters banging into the wicket.
He's practicing exactly that with his partner Jofra Archer. We'll look some variations from him. Still up in the circle. England very keen to invite Pakistan. Very keen to invite Pakistan. Show of power through that two areas.
Well, he goes immediately. He gets up and over. He gets up and over as well as he would have liked, but it'll kick on for 4. As he would have liked, but it'll kick on for 4.
Length ball is not such a great start for Wokes. I think it's not such a great start for Wokes. I think in his mind what he wants to deliver. On his mind what he wants to deliver. A Yorker would be much more like this. So a Yorker would be much more ball that set up so nicely for Safraz. That set up so nicely for Safraz to tee off through mid-wicket.
Well, the longer part of the ground is to the leg side. So if he's going to bowl that, he needs to be bowling a little bit higher. He needs to be bowling a little bit higher. Make him try and pull it. Make him try and pull it.
England's skills as a defensive bowling unit will be on display. How they handle pressure on display and onslaught. How they handle pressure lines to bowl. You've got to have clarity of mind and thought processes lines to bowl. You've got to have clarity of mind and thought processes needs to do. Is he going to bowl according to the field set for him? Needs to do. Is he going to bowl according to the field set for him? He must.
Yeah, the line there just on around leg stump. Yeah, the line there just can't on around leg stump. Get through the shot in front of square. Get through the shot in front of square. That second ball was a much better ball, bit shorter. That second ball was a much better ball, bit shorter. That Wokes has got in these overs is that he can only have 4 fielders outside. In these overs, circle. He can only have 4 fielders outside behind the wicket, the circle. So they're square of the wicket behind the wicket.
Effort like that will lift England. Jason Roy this time making no mistake. It was a clean stop. Very good stop. This time making no mistake. It was a clean stop at a very good stop. Works extremely well. Can dive house at point on right and left. Works extremely well. Can dive on right and left. Really to react. Is still reeling from the effects of quick really to react. I think the moment he stops the ball is done well. I think the moment he stops the ball is done well.
He's just been moved to mid-on.
Questioning his skills.
Well, he's just been moved to mid-on. Hafiz stops a good one to his left. Hafiz stops a good one to his left. Nicely played, but not fine enough to go for 4. Nicely played, but not fine enough to go for 4.
You limited with Hafiz as a runner. That should have been 2 if Safraz had a sprightly runner. Should have been 2 if Safraz had a sprightly runner.
Scorers in action behind the scenes. Scorers in boundaries for them to mark down.